A little bit of bookkeeping on my end, just to make sure it's clear with myself and everyone. I went ahead and checked the rules afterwards. So critical hits, critical injuries. You've got minor injuries, which can happen on a critical hit, and you've got the major critical hits, the major damage, right? You can take up to a maximum of toughness bonus critical hits, right? So if you have a 22 in toughness, you can take 2 critical major critical wounds. If you have 3, you have 4, you can take that amount. The moment you have your maximum number of major critical injuries, the next time you go unconscious or you take damage, you're dead. So it's the limit is how many. It's actually a pretty forgiving system, all things considered. But once they start stacking up, obviously
they need to keep stabbing you.
What did they play D&D and thought the system was too hard? It was too brutal.
And obviously, as you guys are starting to realize, the combat can be swingy. So the moment things start rolling against your favor, things will escalate very quickly.
No, get up. What?
Yeah, you tempted fate, man. You tempted fate. That was your own fault.
It was entirely on you, Ryan.
I will take it away from you.
You tempted fate. You paid the price. It
I
is
will
what
never
it is.
give it to the next person. Okay?
So,
So it just turned out the next person was you.
with that said, why don't you go ahead and tell me a bit about what happened last session, guys?
I took a man's jaw.
Snakes.
Snakes happened.
Cart.
I died.
Snakes. Cart. Party member died. I looked. I talked, and Derek's character got pissed.
Yeah.
The end.
To elaborate a bit further on all of those points, you had decided to go and take care of Aud's request and try to find a missing trader, a missing merchant, which you did manage to find at the end of a ravine. At which point you had started to scale down, Lev being one of the first, and uncovered obviously some of the ravine's habitants. Snakes. Wild snakes for sure, but territorial snakes more than that. Unfortunately for Lev, he did kind of wake up quite a large nestful, and a whole full combat ensued. I believe you took a couple of items. You took the jawbone of the trader, which is good. You took the broken arrow for sure.
Yeah, I also took the bronze coin that he had on it,
bronze
which had
coin.
like a triangle on the line going through.
Correct. You took the bronze coin.
And we recovered the card as well.
We
It's
did.
broken,
We did
but we
recover the
did
card.
recover the card.
That is very true. You also uncovered the card. There were other items that you could potentially have looked for, but you also had more pressing matters. You had a body to bury, which barely
Rolled like shit on it.
You rolled like shit, and Berlian did realize that there were other MoA snakes that you had, for now, steered away from, but with more investigation might root out. And with your current state, Mona being heavily injured, Lev being dead, you had decided not to risk it. I believe that's about it. Very combat heavy session last session, so we did not cover much else.
Yeah. It wasn't really much of a combat, more of we kinda got fucked.
A brutal murder.
Yeah.
I mean,
But
combat
now we have
Yeah, it was.
back in action, so we can
It was
talk
hitting
these snakes
quite
into
a lot.
submission.
And you also got 3 snake corpses, which might come
Oh
into
yeah.
effect.
Dawk nistgħu nagħmluhom bħala vest,
We're eating them tonight.
You
Yeah,
got
we
one
did.
actually.
But
Oh, right, yeah, I'm
three
coming
corpses,
with
we'd
the
need
shit, yeah.
more than that, to be honest, to make a vest.
to make it
Le, u plus.
Yes, we can make that.
Il-ġelda tal-kompanjen tagħna għax dak mejjed ukoll, so.
Sam, What would it take to convert these snakes into rations?
Into rations.
Yeah.
A good cook check. Probably there's trade cook, which you guys don't have. You can do an outdoor survival, and that will equate to a lesser effect of that.
Right.
But there's also other things you should keep a note of. These snakes might be valuable, and they've got poison glands, venom glands, which
Yes.
you might be
They're
able to
also
harvest.
really fucking heavy, though, is the problem.
Yeah, that's the price you have to pay. That's how it works.
Alright, I give him all to Jalal, he can carry it.
For sure. Okay.
Don't you have a card that you can put them in?
No, it's
Yeah,
not fixed
we have
yet,
to
that's
fix
the
it yet.
problem.
Ah,
have a card,
sure.
Okay.
Could we temporarily fix it up? Is that an
Um,
option? Like when we reattach the wheels and, you know, leave the main bed to be a bit broken at the moment?
It took a heavy hit. The problem is the axles more than the bed itself, so you could carry more between two of you, and one of you at the front, one of you at the back, right? And you'll just carry it, allowing you to carry more. But the wheels will take some downtime, or at least an hour or two of actual
We
rolling.
We can drag the sled with us, though.
You
right?
can,
If
but
we
the
need it.
terrain is not good for that. You will damage it further. It's doable, but you know, it's an issue.
Okay, well, it's probably easiest to pile things onto the cart and like carry it between two people, right? So then we don't have a bunch of people who are encumbered if we should get into a fight.
Probably, yeah. That's probably.
So as to that, I'll dump the snakes onto the cart.
So before that, the lot of you have settled up upstairs.
Oh, I know what I also took from the corpse, the herbalist pouch that he had.
Yes, and that I've noticed.
Yeah, which I will give to Berlino.
Okay.
I'll take it. Still, someone at the moment I'm still
I'm
burying.
pretty sure it's empty, but you know.
I'm still burying
pouch,
this
yes,
guy.
But its contents you have, I believe.
Do we?
Yes, there were two things within the pouch, which you
Oh.
took out.
I
them
took
to
the
me,
whole
that's-
pouch. I
yeah,
think I
you-
just took the whole pouch. So
Yes, but
I
you
don't
saw
have
what
anything
was
in the
inside.
pouch at the moment.
You saw what was
Did I?
inside as well. Yes.
Was it
so-
the coin?
No, you had the coin.
The coin was dangling, right? There was like coins dangling as well, right?
Yeah, what was in the pouch? I don't remember.
So in the pouch there was a small vial with very weird eggs inside, small fish eggs inside, and you had also yes.
Why did Floyd go to general? What the fuck? There he is.
He's always a loose cannon, that Floyd. You never know what he's gonna do.
And
yeah,
apart
so a
from that,
vial
there
and-
so there was a small stoppered glass container, and there was also a small pouch within the herbalist pouch, and which when you open, you see a couple of dried wings, insect wings.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Buffalo. Wow.
Well, I didn't take those out of the pouch. I'm pretty sure. I think I just
assume
took the whole
so
thing.
far you just took the whole thing.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't have them in the pouch in my inventory, but I will hand the whole thing to Berlin. I don't really know.
Okay.
Like, I'm not particularly a herbalist type. So,
Okay, so that I've given to Berlino.
Yeah.
And you've all gathered up upstairs. Upstairs, up the ravine, by the side of Berlin, as a lot of you were basically passing each other the Shmahrain wine, which has this very bitter taste with a rusty aftertaste which sits at the back of your tongue. But still, a very good wine, and that's a lot of you share between each other, and let a bit of libation fall onto the ground. Levaker of the Aker clan. Are you with us, Lev? Yes. Good.
Mhm.
In Oblivion, Lev, you hear the sound of falling liquid. Like liquid, souls are like streams, no? Water passing through passageways that mark life's progress, until it passes to the next body of water. To a pool. To a lake. A sea, an ocean. It evaporates into clouds. It seeps down, hugs some soil, and enriches its minerals. Is it the same water that it has always been? Has it become something else? The dull pain you feel across your chest and back make you realize you're still alive, if barely. In the twilight of death, your mind turns back the clock to many years ago. The scent of toasted grain in the air. The sound of your mother's humming as you go. The taste of harsh wine feels wrong in your memory echo. It tastes foreign and bitter at the back of your throat. A rusty aftertaste. The soft crack of wood you hear and grass as you followed your father's footsteps through the forest. You had begged him, pleaded with him to take you hunting with him. And for once, he had relented. You hear the twang of your father's bowstring. You glimpse the figure of Cancun perched on that tree up in the ravine. You hear voice, your father's voice. The Lord has given me their wishes. I must answer. Take the boy. Run to the hilltop. You don't remember your father very well. His hair, black. His beard, well kept, thin. His eyes, they're blurred and spill in your fever flame. His voice, you can only imagine. And you always imagine it like yours, but older or wise. Why do you hunt these monsters, Papa? Lev, the Edoese warrior is only as strong as their age-aged, and the age-aged is only as strong as the goat. And the goat is simple, Lev. Protect your kin, protect your lord, and better your skills in all their forms. You cannot tame the spirits of the land, so tame yourself. The memory fog shifts again. In your fever dream, you see an open grave mound, a corpse covered in cloth, 7 figures outlined. One of them looks very similar to you, but with dark hair, still in the wind. The wind passes by you through the tree beside you, and as you turn, you see a figure much like how you think your father would have aged. Pride in his unfamiliar eyes, pride and sorrow for his son's death. It will be a good death when it comes. The pain keeps your brain abuzz. You live still, Lev. And your vision returns. Your vision returns and your nerve-ending scream at you as the numbness fades from your bones and muscles. And you breathe a single painful breath, upwards and downwards. A cloth is over your eyes, holding you at the threshold of death's embrace. The rest of you, gathered around, see as the corpse Lev breathes once more. And In the distance, an eagle swoops down to catch its prey. And as Lev removes the cloth from his eyes slowly, what would you like to do, all of you?
My hand's gone to my knife.
I take a step back. Seeing the eagle off in the distance or hearing it catch its prey, this is clearly a sign. This is clearly a sign of a divine intervention in Von Beck's name. An eagle. The rights have brought him back to life. This man is blessed. I kneel.
You take a step down.
Look
Lev.
at Berlin. Shocked.
I did the rights. There's an eagle. What else do I need? He came back. He came back.
You are very certain that you did the rights, right?
I know I did them. I know.
And that
Good.
the soul was chained to the body. It couldn't have escaped. This isn't an evil manifestation. A wandering soul without a body hitching a ride. No, I don't think so.
No, this is clearly a sign, and to think otherwise would be heretical and honestly kind of dumb.
What about the rest of you? Lev included.
Cancun is amazed. He is fascinated. He is excited. He is all three things at once, basically. He's slowly inching towards Lev and extending his hand to touch Lev, most specifically a part of
swat his
his
hand
skin
away.
that shows.
To touch something as pure as this one does not touch Von Beck's gifts, as I know more than most.
It's gonna be real awkward when he gets eaten by a Tralloon.
That's
So from Lev's end, after he takes a huge grasp in his first breath after a very long time.
Your wounds haven't healed.
Yes. Yes.
Still fresh. And with that huge breath intake of air, your back, your front, your sides hurt immeasurably so. You had a numbness over you for a very long time. You're unsure if it was Berlian's administration of his healing arts or not, but you felt a numbness in your bones in your body, and that took, thankfully, a lot of the pain away. But
I was sure he was dead, right? Like, I checked the body.
yes, he wasn't breathing. He was still as a knife.
I've never seen anything like this either, right? Like, I've never seen someone be dead and then not be.
You've been in wars before.
I've traveled through Scupperton quite a bit, yeah.
You and Berlian have been in wars before, and you've been in battlefields before. There have
Probably
been
not big ones for me, but
there have been sometimes corpses that come back. When you say corpses that come back, that get mistaken for dead.
yeah, but how confident was I that he was dead?
We both
pretty
were.
confident.
You
I
were
feel like
very
I was pretty
confident
fucking
that he was
confident.
dead.
Yeah.
He looked dead. He had no pulse. His bones and muscles were rigid.
Yeah.
Rigid.
Also, his chest had been ripped open. But,
Yeah. That's a good indicator. Yeah.
The wounds are still there. So yes, for a bit, you are very certain that Lev was dead.
Yeah, so under my breath, I think Amaran will say, "How the fuck?"
And this all happens as I'm removing my the bandage or whatever I had on my face very, very slowly.
Berlian's ritual is pretty much covering the body in cloth, ideally white, because that's Von Beck's color, but unfortunately you did not have white. So
it was really grey, really. It was
Yeah.
white, but kind of dirty, but we couldn't really do it cleaner.
To cover the body.
So I can't move my arms, right?
You can move your arms, you can move your
Yeah,
whole body.
you're not mummified.
I'm not mummified.
You're not mummified.
Just
it's
update
a
again
death shroud, which you slowly uncover.
Okay.
Every single movement you take sends a jolt of pain through your back, to your spine, and through your lower chest.
Yes. Now, I'm no stranger to pain, but even this pain, it's a lot.
It's bad.
So as I try to uncover my face, you can clearly hear Lev essentially pretty much screaming in pain as I uncover the
purity of the
as I uncover my face, and I can see, right? My eyes weren't hit.
Yes,
I'm
yeah,
pretty sure.
your eyes weren't hit. You're still with. Actually, part of the ritual calls for the cleansing of the body, so
Yep.
you would be covered in blood. But you've got this massive pain over your body that is making you squint. You can see each and every one. You can see Cancun's morbid fascination with you at the moment. You can see Berlian kneeling, still quite tall, and you can see a look of disbelief in Amaran's eyes as well, as he's, one hand on his knife, just making sure you're not a spirit of the dead coming
Yeah,
back
I think
And,
I've relaxed a little bit, seeing as Berlian seems confident this isn't a ghost.
What else could it be?
I remember clearly what happened, right? I don't have amnesia or anything
No, no,
like
no.
that. That's
You
for what.
remember everything. You remember falling to multiple wounds. You remember you remember you heard um, uh, the footfalls of Berlian and Amaran behind you. You remember Berlian's blood-soaked hands trying to suture your wounds. You remember the root of the Ilmana tree that he had used to try and heal you up, and you
Mhm.
remember falling, pretty much falling like water into the earth. Now, the what I've told you, the memory fog, it's with you there, but like dreams, when you wake up, it's starting to fade away slowly, and only the nostalgia of the feelings of memories remains with you now.
Mhm. So as I uncover my face, I pretty much start kind of hyperventilating. As you can imagine, I can't really breathe well, so you can hear. and
At that point,
you can also hear kind of screeches of pain as he's breathing, and in my language, I can see everyone on top, and I will go, "Is everyone okay?" And yeah,
um,
of course they don't
I'll,
know what the fuck I just
He's
said, but
speaking the language of gods. We cannot understand. We cannot hope to understand.
Um,
I'll slap. Well, he slapped me, so I'll just slap Berlian, and I'll
Even to
sort
you,
I
of
kill
point
him.
towards.
to all of you, of
I
course.
point towards Lev, and I'm like, help him.
I look to Lev. Hold, take out my materials, dirty as they are. I look at him hesitantly. Am I allowed to touch the holy corpse here with these dirty instruments, these unwashed hands?
It's up to you, but
I'm letting him tell me. He's the one. I hold out ready to help. Unless he indicates that he wants me to help, I shall not touch
uh,
him.
I'll try to lift my hand up, but I can't. I don't have enough strength anymore. All the strength I used to remove the cloth from my face. I try to lift up my hand, but it falls on the ground limp. Um, and I try to say help. In my language, of course, you once again don't know what the fuck I just said, but
What be
yeah.
God, Messiah, I am unworthy.
um, uh, regardless of ritual, now that the ritual is complete, Berlian, Vombak's work has been done to you. The rest is in your hands.
Then I shall help him as best I can, bandage his wounds. No longer looking to preserve the body, although
I
you will
mean,
be preserved. That much I promise.
the fact that the body is the work that you did as part of the ritual, you are pretty sure helped. Uh,
It's helped. It must have been the entire thing. That's the only way Von Beck paid attention to us. It must have been the ritual.
one, two,
I
three.
give him I full bandage him. I bandage him and do my best to help him up.
Okay.
Sure.
Do you want to try and heal him again?
Yes.
Okay. You don't have any bandages, however, as far as I know. He
That's a
had
good point.
used clot beforehand.
That's a good point. Hmm.
There wasn't anything herbalist from merchant, right?
From what you uncovered, apart from the
Medical
pouches,
wise.
apart from pouch, you are unsure of what those materials are, what they are used for.
Only one way to find out, pour in the bottle.
To be fair, Berlian, you open the pouch and you see the small cork stoppered vial with what looked like teal, ice blue kind of fish eggs inside, like a small amount, teaspoon's amount.
Am I able to discern what they do in any way, or?
You can make me a lore check, an intelligence check would make sense probably here, unless you have
Intelligence,
something
because I
else
don't
up your
have
sleeve.
lore alchemy. No, I don't have anything lore alchemy, so I guess it would be intelligence in this case. Let me see. Outdoor survival. Would that count as that?
It's good.
It's still
It's good.
it's intelligence. Same thing as intelligence. Just
It's good.
yeah.
It's good. Go for it.
So difficulty, Sam. Average.
This is
Gift.
so. This will be a difficult roll for you.
Of course, of course. Nothing else.
You have not.
Public.
Yes, please. You have never seen anything like this. So.
Astounding failure. I am certain beyond a shadow of a doubt that this will heal all his wounds.
You are completely unsure. You've never seen these before, and you've harvested fish eggs before. They were never this color. It's definitely beyond your realm of knowledge. And you've already done it once with the Ilmana tree root. You're not sure whether you want to do it again, but you can if you wish. The other pouch, in a small leather pouch, you find two brightly colored beige wings, which you recognize to be moth wings, probably used in alchemy for certain potions or draughts, or or for
Oh,
alchemy.
is this moth local? Do I know it as local to Bidwar or something?
Let me check for you, actually, because that's a
You
fun
think I'd take the advice of a heretic? You probably want the divine corpse to be killed again.
um,
It was the Jadur, not your Beck.
But I didn't see no one pray to no Jadur. I didn't see no one pray.
yeah, who's praying to
Yeah,
the on-call gods
that's
at
what
the
I was doing.
Go ahead and make me an outdoor survival yourself. It's still difficult for you to
Imagine.
chill.
If the Jadur was so hot, maybe it should be doing some
Or
miracles now. Maybe if
else,
it is real.
if you'd like, Jalal, you can also go for an alternate route and go for, if you have it, to check the price of the item. Do you have by
I don't
any
have evaluate.
You don't have
I
evaluate yet.
don't have
Alright, then
evaluate.
outdoor survival
Gonna
will
sell
have
our
to
eggs.
ħajden tal-paradox jiswew 20 euro għal-kaxxa, ġifri biex kun taf kif jaħdmu, jafez għaddi kif jaħdmu.
it would tell you the price, which would tell you, okay, this is something rare. So it would give you that information instead.
I'll do an outdoor survival because I don't have any.
Okay. You have never seen anything like it yourself either. And you've in your craft you have sold alchemical ingredients, you have sold insect bodies and wings before. You've never seen anything like it yourself.
Then needs must, I suppose. I shall take my robes, my holy robes, and they shall be the bandages that shall suture, that shall close his wounds.
Okay. Now keep in mind, you can attempt to heal him, but that's as far as you can take it. All his wounds require surgery at this point, which means a couple of things. One, at some point when it's almost healed, he will need some doctor's aid for it to fully go away. And this for you as well, Lev. Any extraneous activity will very likely pull your wound open again and you start bleeding again. So this is just for you to know. I mean, obviously Lev can feel it. can feel that the wound hasn't properly closed and will not properly close until they get stitched. It requires stitches. In other words. So that is for you to know. With that, you can either heal him or just leave him be, because obviously, as you realized, if you could roll a negative SL, that's wounds given. No, it's a choice.
If I get any wound right now, do I immediately die?
You might die again, yes. That's exactly how it works.
I shall.
Don't help!
Which makes sense.
I shall. Yes, the divine corpse requires my best efforts. I'll try to pray for a blessing of fortune, so that I can reroll this.
Alright.
If I die. In this specific case, I am fully convinced that this corpse is divine. This walking corpse is a gift from Von Beck, and I must tend to it. And I shall beseech her for one last bit of aid so that she can make up for my mortal failings as I tend to his wounds.
Okay. Go ahead and make me.
Can I help him with seeing that he's like crazily trying to, I don't know,
I'm not crazily doing
cling
anything.
to his life?
The prayer is something very internal, unfortunately. So that's not
Exactly.
something that you would see.
Yeah, prayer is fine, but if he
The
tries to
healing
do,
itself,
if he
yes,
tries
for
to,
sure.
yeah.
Do you have heal?
I don't have heal. No, I don't have heal. Never mind.
Does anyone
Never
else
mind.
have
Yeah,
heal?
yeah. Maybe you should fuck off before you try to ruin my patient's life.
Does
If I need someone to tell me how much this Kinder Bueno costs, I'll call you.
Make it blind, make it challenging for me, Berlian, please.
Yeah. Blind. Difficulty ما ستعطيش Sam.
Challenging.
Challenging. God, please. You brought him back. God, I'm asking for. Help me help him.
Imagine she brought me back just to kill me again.
I mean, it's all part of God's plan.
So part of the plan. Okay.
It could be that the divine corpse is that of a heretic who deserves to suffer more. I don't fucking question it. I do what I'm asked.
Berlian, you're stressed. Your heart pumps. Your hearts are pumping.
Am I dying?
No.
He's gonna have a heart attack again, not again.
But you are
please.
stressed. You feel God's gaze on you right now. You look up, you see the sun heavily beating, the sun's gaze beating heavily on you, and you realize like you need to perform here. You have been given a chance, and you need to perform to atone for your mistakes. You look up into the distance. The eagle has caught its prey and is busy ripping it apart to get to the
Much like an
offal.
eagle tearing apart its prey, so too must I work on the divine corpse. I will
It's up to you.
take a deep breath. Do we have any strong alcohol amongst us?
You might. I don't know.
As a group, does anyone in the group have a strong alcohol?
I think we drank the wine I had.
You drank the wine.
That's about it.
I haven't drank any. I haven't been drinking anything.
You did. We handed out the wine while we poured some on Lev's grave as well.
Yes, you did. The libation has been done.
That's yes, the libation. That's right. Anything left, boys? Is there anything
I don't have
left?
anything else, I'm sorry.
I did a Jesus move on on the alcohol that I had, so
It's pure water. Which
Yeah.
water left?
It's not that stronger.
It might be useful.
So what are you guys doing? You're putting.
I am
Wine
going
gun?
to approach this. I take a deep breath as Berlian.
Erbo, do you have heal by any chance?
No.
No, he does not. I'm the only one who has heal in the party.
You know,
Oh.
who else has heal?
I
Realize
can conceal the wounds. I can conceal the wounds.
You can
with
seal
my
the wounds.
brain.
You can
Yeah,
cauterize the wounds. Yes.
of course.
But
Okay. I'm going to start by seeing if I'm going to, following the strictures of Von Beck to make sure that this is done correctly. I will begin by approaching this like a puzzle, doing this systematically. So beginning from the beginning, we're going to start by trying to disinfect his wounds. So any alcohol in our group, I will requisition. I will pay for it when I say requisition, of course. So buy it is the apparent term here. If there is none, however, we'll find a different way to.
water would help.
Yeah,
if
we'll
there's
start with
some.
water. We'll cauterize the wounds if we must.
It's up to you.
Can we get some water for him? Can
The-
we?
the
We
water
have
you can
water.
get.
We have water.
We have.
The
We
only-
have.
I have a
You
spare.
have
I have a spare water skin. I'll hand it to
The
Bert.
only,
Yeah,
the
I'll start-
only ask I have is all water is fine, but if you're gonna give him Cancun's water, I need to know.
No. I'm not giving that.
Uh,
I know
I
what's
don't
in
know
that.
many difference. That's why I'm
Oh,
asking.
didn't
You-
I was
you,
there? Wasn't I there when he filled it?
No.
I was right next to him when he filled it. No,
No,
wasn't
when
it
he
under
purified
the
it, he
tree?
purified it by himself.
Oh,
Yes.
so but last I checked, the water is the ink shit. No, in his
no.
water.
No, he
Wasn't it?
That's he took a gourd. He didn't. He only drank from the pool. He didn't
He
fill
did-
his
he
well.
didn't-
Oh,
refilled.
sipped the shot melon. Okay, fair enough.
nobody
Fair enough.
refilled. Yeah,
No,
Bao
if-
might have
if-
refilled, but he chose not to.
No. If Cameron offered his water, I'll take Cameron. He's a good scupper, Danny man.
No, but if
I have
Cancun gives
your
you his
water
water
skin,
skin,
I'm
I
pretty
need to
sure.
know.
Yes, no, I'm not using Cancun.
Okay.
I'm gonna use Cameron and use that to
By the
start.
way, it's not a water skin. It's an actual because
Fruit, right?
what's his name? Lev gave me
So it's a
the
jar.
bottle of
Here.
It's a
yeah.
jar.
It's a or
It's a jar,
jar.
but it's a water skin's worth in terms of liquid.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll start using some water.
Okay.
And then, let's see, how shall I approach this? This wound will require some work to close it. Do I know Herbal can cauterize the wounds or not?
No.
No.
That's up to
So in
Erbao.
that case, yeah.
Once I segue here, Erbao, if it works, you are pretty sure you can generate enough heat to seal that wound shut. And that will count as surgery. But if it works, if it doesn't
Yeah.
work, you're
Yeah.
probably
So
killing it.
in that case,
So
I
I would go and tell him that I can try to
So
invoke
who will you?
some. I will go to Carl's character to Berian,
Be-
and I would tell him in his ear that I can invoke some kind of like flames to cauterize the wound, but sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'll give him my hand weapon. Actually, do we have?
and make me smash my own face with it, right?
I will look to Cameron and ask for one of his knives. I sort of point towards one of his knives. I'll hand him my axe in the meantime, so he doesn't think I'm robbing
And
him.
it's,
He has-
the knives are special.
That's why I'm asking. I'm not taking. There's a difference.
I'll give you my dagger, which is my
Good, that's
least
enough.
valuable.
I give the dagger to Erbao, and I'll say, fire.
Okay.
It's up to you.
I want you to heat up you're not gonna burn his fucking. You're not gonna put fire on the wound. You're gonna.
Actually, if like this way, even if it fails, you won't kill him.
Yeah.
You
it's
might
not-
fuck up the knife, but you won't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
I will-
he gave me the dagger. Unless Cameron heard me say it in Scapertani fire, so it's up to him.
I know.
Erbao, what do you want to do?
I'm more relaxed now. So I'm gonna try to point my finger onto the knife itself and try to conjure flame. Try to
You
heat
need
it
to
up.
heat it up. 100-degree knife. Let's go.
100 degree. Do I have like a takli sa alam yo siya kan ko na.
Okay, knowing that ink is a biological,
Yeah.
evolutionary magic, so to speak, to use the word magic. How are you gonna go about this? You hold the blade by the edge, I assume.
Yeah, and I remember what happened, but right now a friend needs me, so I'm trying to bury that in my mind,
Okay.
and
Mine corpse has no friends.
I just and
Okay.
I just do what I did last time. I focus on a single point and I try to conjure flame.
Go ahead. Go for it. You've got
I, in the
flame.
meantime, will be cleaning his wounds. I just with the water
So
for now.
it's an average, right? It's the normal
It
roll.
is an average check.
Alright.
You've got no malignant influences. You've got nothing at all.
Good.
Average check.
So-
Now that thing could have come in handy, but
Yeah.
Ink is ink.
Okay.
Casting succeeded. We did it, boys.
So,
We truly are blessed on this day.
a little couple of things. So when you cast as an ink spell, there's a chance for you to overcast it. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I know.
Oh
Which
no!
means
Oh
that
no!
no, it's all right. It's
I
okay.
didn't, right?
No, which
Yeah.
means that you get additional effects. Like it
Oh.
could, and depending on the ink spell, it could be duration, it could be targets, it could be range. In this case, it can only be duration. So go ahead and click on duration.
Duration. Okay.
So you see that
yeah.
overcast is gone, and the duration will last 8
Yeah.
rounds. Now,
So if you want a picture of what's happening,
go for it.
so you literally see. So you know that Erbao has tattoos all over his body, and we see just bits of the tattoos just forming and going to the knife itself, to the point of his fingertips that are holding the knife, and you just see flame popping up.
This is the
To,
first time we've seen this happen.
yes,
I-
the
Yeah.
rest of you, this is
Probably.
the second what the
What
fuck
the
moment
fuck?
you've had this afternoon.
I take a step back from both of them, hand still on my knife.
I am now. I know
fascination for sure.
Cancun is having an orgasm right now.
And the lot of you see as Erbo's fingertips. The blood disappears from Erbo's hands, and his finger hands start to glow. You've seen glows like this when blacksmiths strike metal repeatedly. It goes from dark brown, the color of his skin, to orange, to yellow, to white hot. And as it does, you all of you smell, you especially Erbao, smell the very familiar scent of burning flesh.
Oh, okay.
Right? Burning flesh. As both his fingertips, which he's holding the knife with, and the knife itself starts to glow and heat up. And you and Berlian, especially Erba, you can feel the heat emanating from both the blade and your hands. Now, Erba, as always, as it always happens with this, your hearts pump harder and harder. You start to sweat. Every other second, you lose one of your senses. First, it's sight. For a second, you blink and it's all darkness. Then, all hearing is gone and comes back. Your sense of touch, your taste, your smell goes and comes, as you almost suffer palpitations, but somehow you manage to focus on the task. And right before you think you're going to cause some lasting damage to your hands, you let go of the knife. And immediately your hands start to cool, and you start to wave them off, as obviously it's fucking hurt. You have a glowing knife. You're not sure how long this will last.
I will.
Berlian.
I have at this point, while he was doing that, cleaned his wounds as best I can. I take my hatchet back from Cameron, place the hilt next to Lev's mouth, and sort of motion for him to open his mouth wide so he can bite down on it.
Okay. Lev, you see what's coming. You've seen it before on battlefield injuries. You're not sure if you're not gonna manage to scream this out.
No, I will bite down on the knife or whatever
On the hatchet's handle.
on the hatchet's handle, and will nod.
And I'll cauterize
go
his
ahead.
wounds, and that is my heal check here.
Alright, it will be average for you, Berlian. But before you do it, Lev, why don't you make me an endurance test? Challenging. To see if and any cells you have will be given to Berlian's check.
What do you mean?
Endurance,
So
as
an
many
endurance
successes.
roll. And
Challenging, right?
Challenging, any successes you get will be given to Berlian. Berlian, remember to go back to public rolls.
Oh,
Yes, no.
yeah. Do negatives count as well? Am I getting negative?
No, it's just positives.
Oh god, okay.
Okay, go
We
ahead,
try.
Berlian.
Impressive
Average check.
failure.
I will hesitate for a second as I see him bite down. For Berlian, this is a big moment. If I fuck this up, it's my fault, and god damn, she has given me everything I needed. I will Close my eyes, grit my teeth, and press down with the blade.
Tap him in the neck.
Just for posterity, the fact that it's average is because of airbound.
Oh.
Otherwise, it would be harder.
I know. I mean, yeah, we work together, so it's a skill check, and it's heal. God, please, God, and failure. Now, please, do I get the reroll on this?
You have a reroll.
Yeah. Okay. So, you just reroll it alternatively.
You can either reroll alternatively or use fate or use fortune.
Well, I reroll alternatively, and
What the
Way
thing?
yes.
What's
Ah,
the thing?
Fuck.
do I have any
Don't-
fortunes left? I'm not
I
sure I
don't
have
know.
fortune. Let me check. I'm checking. هتتكلم وحدي Sam. Sorry.
Okay, sorry.
I do not have fortunes. I do not have fortunes. No, I'm sorry, man. I tried my best. I did so much for this.
Do you have any?
Rest in peace.
Let's.
He did.
It could be. That's three negative success levels.
Let me double check here.
I did my best, man. I added so much shit to
That's
this.
fine. That's fine.
He's gonna be so angry. Ħaj FTK-jani sabba fik, Sam. Ħajla bl-exodio FTK-jani ostia sabba fik. Għas ikun li ter.
I'll start preparing my secondary character.
Uh,
It was the exact same one. How
can-
could it was the exact same number?
Just 99, Madonna.
You can
At
spend
least
the
it's not
resolve
100.
if you like, Lev, and you'll ignore the effects for this turn, and that's about it.
I don't have resolve.
You don't have any more resolve?
I have
You
resilience.
used all of it last time.
Oh, here you
Yeah, because last
Or
time was.
Carl can use
Can I?
resilience,
Carl can.
but it's going to be
Resilience? Yes,
But,
you can use resilience, Carl.
to-
And that
Oh,
will-
resilience.
Can I use the resilience instead
No,
of
Carl has to use the resilience.
Mela, fakkan, resilience ċatamilli.
I will not fail.
Like-
Rather
To-
than
to
roll the
choose the
test of
roll.
a result, you choose the result.
Listen, man, I ain't
But
killing
it's,
you, Ryan.
Okay.
It's a permanent thing, so I'll use a resilience to choose it to be an astounding success.
Alright, and that gives him 5
Alright.
success.
Alright,
Five
limmu l-oħda l-astounding jew impressive li wala waħda.
Astounding is the highest one.
Yeah, that's the highest one. It's gonna be an astounding success.
Okay.
Thanks, man.
So, go ahead and reduce 1 from
Yeah,
the list.
naqasta.
And we'll add...
Farewell, resilience, Chen. Resolve, malija resolve is tied to resilience, uxek mus
resolve
so I
is
think
the resilience. So you regain
Yeah,
your
so-
resilience, resolve equal to your resilience.
so it's down to 2 resolve now. Alright. I'll get it back someday. I'll be back. They say being a holy man is easy.
So, Lev, I'm gonna go ahead and give you back 5 wounds, buddy. That means you won't die immediately.
Yay.
Press down the knife onto the wound. Close
Lab
it.
screams in pain whilst biting.
It's the second hardest pain of your life now. And a lot of you smell obviously the burning flesh once more. But as you remove the blade, Berlian, and Lev exhausted, you see the wound has closed along his chest. Now, what would you like to do next?
Okay, so I've closed up his wounds.
You failed him.
I
That's
will-
all the benefits you can give him as of now.
Yeah, so apart from that, the last thing I'll do is cover them up with what
Okay.
what I have
With the
here. I think I
bandages
can.
that you have. The
Yeah.
magic bandages. Okay, that's fine enough.
I will
That's
go
all.
look for a brothel.
We're in the middle of nowhere.
Kidding.
You'll get there, don't worry.
I use one of the dead snakes to bite him again.
You man.
That's the first holy war began.
That's an honest question. You are in the middle of nowhere here.
How late into the day is?
It's early afternoon. You did not spend too much time
Okay.
to get here. But out in the distance, a lot of you can see clouds forming from the mountainside, far northwards. There are mountains. When the clouds are forming, coming towards you.
Right.
Rain is coming.
While still keeping my eyes locked on her bow, I'm gonna ask Berlian, He walk.
I'll know.
Now he
You
can.
should be able to walk.
Now
Yeah.
he can. Without
I can
opening
walk?
Now without opening your wounds, you may.
Oh, okay.
Technically, they are suture. They're sealed shut, so you're fine to work. Obviously, extraneous activity will be a problem, but otherwise you can walk.
So there's a storm coming and we're out in the open. Do I estimate that we could make it back to town before the storm hits?
Still far away. You project it will hit.
We're gonna be
by
slow. We're gonna be
sundown.
slow though.
You
Yeah.
project it's going to come. It's going to start raining by sundown, if the rain stays as is. If the
We
wind stays
should,
as is.
We should move. Now.
I'll stand up, eyes still locked on the divine corpse, and wait for us to leave. Wherever you want, just lead the way, buddy.
Merlian, I'll need your help with the cart.
I'll start pulling it up.
Yeah, I'm gonna pile the wheels onto the cart, the snakes onto the cart. Anyone else
Me?
have any
climb
random
on
shit they want to put on the cart?
Me, I put myself on the
Well,
cart.
You'll find I am no longer encumbered, thanks to these
Once I
robes
get
that
rid
I've
of
built.
these fucking snakes, I'll also not be encumbered.
What about the rest of you? Is there anything you want to do? Jalal, Cancun, Erbao, Lev?
Water.
Um,
I will ask them for water.
Keep speaking
Use
the
some
language,
what's
expecting
left
us
from
to
the,
understand.
I will just do this.
Did you use
He's
all
not-
of the? Did you use all of the
he's-
water from that water skin?
I would
Like
say
I
you
have-
use a good amount of that.
Yeah,
Give him the rest, then I guess,
Okay.
I'll give him the rest. Thing.
Use the rest.
and I'll mark off 0 there.
Okay. What about
Technically, there was my water skin, right? I didn't have it on me, but
No, it was mine. It was mine.
he used?
Oh,
The one
It's
we
one of
used
mine.
was ours. Yeah, the one
So
you
you still
used
have
was
yours if you
one
want
of
to use it, Lev.
Yeah,
okay.
we did not. I did not loot your body for posterity.
Okay, sorry, I thought you took away my possession
No, we didn't
before
take anything
burying me.
actually.
No, I did not
Oh,
loot anything.
Okay, so I would have used mine then, sorry.
You need
Before,
to pluck out the
as
buster.
we're picking up, I'll head over to Cancun.
Okay.
I'll take a bundle of 21 arrows that I've been using, and I'll give them to him.
Alright.
I'll say, you're a better
So,
shot than I am, so.
Okay.
Covered.
No
You
idea
don't
what he
understand.
said.
he can't. Cancun cannot be happier today.
Yeah, he's got 3 beautiful things. Man, this day
I'll
just
say
keeps getting better.
in the most
This is
broken
the
boudoir
best
you've
day
ever
ever.
heard, I'll say, Bara, Tayyip.
You'll see, but
you see, Cancun will be nodding like, yes.
Yeah.
Against me.
Yeah,
I
I'm
will-
also. Yeah, I'm gonna drop the bow onto the cart as well. I don't like. Amuro has decided shooting bows is not for him.
point.
It didn't go well.
Now you take the dagger back. I assume you give it back to.
Yeah, is it damaged?
Yes, you take a look at the dagger. Like when you put a knife through a lot of heat, it has bent and it's got this heavy discoloration. Pretty
Son of a
much,
bitch.
it's gotten the shoddy flaw now, which means that on a critical fail, it's gonna break.
You owe me. You owe me a
If I
knife.
see him like that, I would give him my dagger, as in the dagger that I use.
It's not the same.
It was the fucking dagger. I lit him on fire.
maybe
You've
we
seen
should
what I can
spare
do. But yeah,
I'll get rid. I'll
give him,
I'll give him the shoddy dagger. I don't think he's gonna be using it. But
No,
I
no,
am
no,
eyeing.
no,
I'm
no.
eyeing him cautiously as I give him the dagger as well. I don't want him to set me on fire.
No,
Yeah, fair point.
and
It's voodoo magic. It don't.
the first thing that I would tell him, tell them, as in what you saw here, don't tell it to anybody else. Okay, I'm trying to keep low on this stuff.
Is this also the first time I've seen anyone using ink?
Yes. Now ink
Oh,
is
Just in general,
ink
in my life.
Ink is a very, very weird thing. You've never seen anyone use it. You're not sure if this was ink either, to be fair.
Right, it was certainly something.
It was something for you. You have
I
seen.
called upon the heavens.
You have seen Axamam before, in really tight situations, in life or death situations, like somehow survive, or somehow their body like changes slightly to be for them to be able to survive. And that is something you would have seen before, although very, very rarely. It's just you being in the profession you are, you would have seen it a bit more than the rest. But this coming willfully without any danger, as in no imminent danger, is something else.
Do I see him like holding me out? Like,
I assume all of the rest of you are kind of
left naturalmente Floyd, which is like,
Yeah, I
To be
mean,
honest, I
Go
think I think Berlian is paying
I'm not
sort of
hiding
is
it.
focused more on Lev than anything else. So he's not his mind. He's registered that this guy did fucky shit. But then again, you know, he has basically seen what he assumes is divine intervention. So
and,
that's
and
sort of his.
the rest of you also have never like seen anything like this before yourselves. Maybe in the heat of combat or in death's embrace, you would have seen someone evolve very slightly to stay alive, but that's.
Can we get a cart inventory in some way?
Yes, I can make a cart infantry.
Because I wanna dump stuff off me so I'm not encumbered.
Let me see if I can add a cart. Actually.
It's not a cart. It's a bathtub.
it's a bathtub. It is a
We're
bathtub without
definitely-
wheels.
We're gonna need to repair this cart, guys. I can't keep carrying around all these snakes.
Yeah, I don't have mending. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Fine, I'll spend some time.
This day was
at
not a
town.
waste. We left the village as a group of heretics, and we returned with the divine corpse. We did it.
And heretics.
And a bunch of heretics.
But yeah, I would talk to them all. As in, what I was saying is that I would tell them to keep it down low. This is for yourselves. I've done this just to keep him alive. All right, I don't want people to know that I can do something like this. Just keep it on a down low, okay? If that's okay. It's still me.
Fair
I know
enough.
that you've been looking at me funny a bit, but it's still me. It's still,
Berlian is extremely.
and I shoot some fires out of my fucking nipples.
in the list.
What-
Wish list.
Eventually, Berlian, you'll probably, when you come to terms with it, you'll have a quick, a
Wish
long
list?
talk to yourself. Especially because, as far as you can tell, this was also a miracle.
I don't think I have access to him.
Yes, you should all be able to
Yeah,
see
you always have access
I
to
don't.
me.
I don't see anything in the item.
configure ownership, and it's all of you owner.
Dacht.
Ah,
There
Yeah,
it is.
should have said in 2025,
let's
but it's,
start.
you can't own someone.
Right.
Not even the
I'm gonna
cards.
drop. I'm gonna drop my.
Don't worry,
wheat
don't worry,
snakes
Floyd. In
there.
about a year, you'll be able to own
Wait.
white people.
Oh, I can't do that.
Ooh.
Can't write
I
stuff
did
in.
it for you.
Oh, the whites.
I did it for you. If there's anyone else that wants to put stuff on the cart, let me know.
I'll
Oh,
put the
on the card.
bastard sword on the card. I can't hold it for now. So.
Alright.
I'll put the bucket on the
Just
partial.
FYI.
Do I remove
I
it from
can
my
only see the
inventory?
bow.
Huh?
Just FYI, I can only see the bow on the card.
Because obviously they would have been belonging to the rest. I'm gonna make them visible to all noise.
Written Sassy, Sam.
Highly.
It torn our muscle. Are there way days, Lola?
No, 4
Nope.
days have passed so far.
4 days have passed. Okay, good to know.
I need to do some accounting on those.
I have 1 day left.
And the bucket.
And the mop.
No. Okay. And the lot of you start making your way back slowly, back to the village. Along the way, you pass along the same road. Eventually, the lot of you see the Dilmala tree orchard up in the distance, still where it was. I assume you're not going to do anything with it now, but do let me know if you would like to. And you start going downhill. Left, for you, every step is a blooming fireworks of pain. You're worried because sometimes you feel something move within you that shouldn't be moving. You every now and then you look down at beneath your armor to check that the wound is still closed. It is. Your back is moving funny a bit, and it doesn't help that the terrain is quite difficult. It's quite rough terrain. It's ups and downs. It's like Shara, you know, like Gargur, I think it's called. So it's a lot of holes, a lot of heavy. You need to vault around, you need to jump, you need to leap, so on and so forth. And obviously, in your condition, this is not the best. But fortunately, the rest of you aren't moving that far ahead. There is Amara and Berlion with the cart, and there is the rest of you on foot. Jalal, Amara, you will not have given anything to Jalal, right? And Jalal, you don't have anything that you would like to do.
I don't think, no. I mean, I've put stuff on the cart, of course, but
I wanted to put the bucket on the cart as well.
Bucket is on the cart, and you can see it on the tab as well.
partial wooden bucket.
Yes, he managed to get a wooden bucket for free, but it's got holes in it. That's just how they make.
Yep.
But you know, it's a trader's job to sell things and buy things.
True.
And in this current economy, you don't reject.
You gotta
free
sell
gifts.
a bucket.
And
Hey, a
that's how we're
bucket
gonna
can
make
be a
our
lot of
fortune.
things.
Eventually, you make it down to the Tama-Wade Bridge. As you do, given that it has taken you quite a long time, and the sun has started to go down, and as it does, the clouds above you open up. At first, it's only a few droplets of rain. For now, warm rain, but still. Along the sides of the Tama-Wade Bridge, Lev, you see the huge mounds of stone. Eerily similar to the small grave mound Berlian was building for you a few hours ago. And Jalal, you yourself would know that this is a standard Bidwari burial practice to pile stones on top of graves. So to make sure that the body is weighed down and the soul does not float upwards. You pass it, and it's a more somber evening. The farmers, now that the sun is going down, are getting ready with their tools and going back to their homes. You see traders finish their daily trade, get ready to close, and the floaty opens once more. You see out, setting up makeshift tables and chairs outside. Amaran, you don't see any of those thuggish individuals which you had seen before anymore. They came and passed. Remember when you were leaving for this morning?
Yep.
Al seems to be by himself, although there seems to be a figure inside by the bar, so to speak, watching him work while he drinks from a pewter cup. It's a figure none of you have seen before.
I'm gonna grab Jalal and head over towards out.
Towards out? Okay. Okay, so Jalal, you are grabbed. As the two of you head towards out of Raza, what about the rest of you? Is there anything you would like to do?
Is it getting dark right now?
It is sundown. It's going to get dark soon, and it has started
How
to rain.
visible is the moon?
It's not visible yet. It will take a bit more time for it to start.
Lunar cycles in this case. Do I have any idea of whether it's going to be a full moon tonight? Any?
Mela, given the fact that I knew my calculator would come to use. Mela. You started on Hema, right? And it has been Hema, not Zahan, what Dmit. This is the 5th day. Hema was a new moon.
New moon, exactly.
And
So it's
you
dark.
know
Okay.
that it takes roughly. It's gonna take roughly until the end of the month, until the next new moon.
Mhm.
And so now it's slowly starting to wax. In other words.
Okay. All right. And is it likely to be visible tonight?
Tonight, yes. We're pretty certain it will be visible by now. The new
Great.
moon lasts 2-3 days at most.
In that case, as soon as we arrive, I will, I've helped them get the cart back. It doesn't need me for now. I'll be back. I'm just gonna head back out towards the orchard. I know
It's an hour's walk back up.
I know, which is why you leave early, come back later.
Okay, fair enough. So Berlian's leaving for the orchard. What about the rest of you?
I'm looking
Um,
for a chair or something to lay on because I'm
Easy,
exhausted right now.
easy enough. You go with Amaran and Jalal and you plop down on the first chair that you manage to get. You look like death. Your face is pale. You're sweating. You're pretty sure a fever is coming.
Mhm.
Lev. What about the rest of you? Cancun, Erba.
I'm going to stay outside as usual and skulk about.
Okay.
Just keeping an eye about on the external affair of things. I will want to, as usual, stick to the shadows
Okay.
for this one.
Okay.
So
Go ahead.
I will, before I go in, I will drop off a hand weapon on the cart,
Okay.
so that I don't stay encumbered and don't affect any of my stealth capabilities.
So I'm gonna remove
Um,
that. I've
I'll
got
retrieve it later.
What's the hand weapon
'Cause
that you dropped? Is this the short sword that I gave you from the
yes,
Dwari?
yeah.
Right.
yes. Um, uh,
Can we label these hand weapons? Because it's important to know which is.
Sure. Let me take care of it. There you go. It's been labeled. You should be able to see
so
now.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
so I'll be sticking to.
Okay. Go ahead and make me a stealth in this case. Tamawit is a small enough town that your rover counts just for you to know.
That would be. Let me just. I always have to check a bit the. Do not get passive perception. Okay, fine. Okay.
It just means unless they are actively
Let's
looking
go.
for you, they won't see you.
Yeah. So it's is the sun going down by any chance or
Well,
no?
it's soon going down. Yes, it's the
Yeah.
last few minutes of the night.
So it's an average. So it's an average roll,
An average
right?
roll, yes. Okay, I'll keep a note of that one. Erbao, is there anything you would like to do, my boy?
So is it raining or is
It
it
has started to rain. It's still
started raining?
drizzling
Okay.
for now, but you know,
Well, I would still go out and just think about some things, and
you look at your
I just
hands.
sit outside. Yeah, I would look at my hands, and this was my second successful spell, so I feel pretty stoked. But at the same time, it's something different. I never felt that burning sensation that I felt, um, and just think what what I need to do next to accomplish what I need to do. As in, I know that I need, some things, and
You, you take a seat, but you sit by the Mawid Bridge, just as the river, the reddish river, lazily makes its way downwards. Okay, only checking items. Looking at your hands, you see that the heat has calmed down. There are blisters along your fingers once more, and you pull them down, and the cold coldish water of the river, kind of cool them a bit down. You've done it. You're getting a bit of a mastery of the craft, and you feel good about that. But you also realize this is quite dangerous. Whatever you have, whatever this gift is going to be hard to master, harder to wield. You're not a stupid Axamam by any means. You realize that whatever you're making, and if you keep making fire, you're gonna keep getting burnt by it. You are not impervious to its effects. You can make fire, but you're always so close to it, you're gonna end up getting burnt. So you need to figure out a way to
Yeah. To
build up some
conduct
resistance
it
to it.
or so, yeah.
Build some resistance.
And while I'm thinking that, I would, if nobody's around, I would think about trying the food, the fruit that
Okay,
the
you
Yank.
hold out the fruit, and when you hold out the
I
fruit,
just a side note. If I see him going out, I'm
gonna follow him.
I'm going to be keeping an eye, a very very keen eye now,
And
on my newfound friend. We found something in common. How lovely! He doesn't know it's common yet, but it's
Yeah, he
lovely.
also doesn't know you're watching him. You're just
Yeah.
Yes.
I just feel somebody breathing down my neck
Thanks.
and saying, "Hello, friend."
Thanks to Rover,
Hello,
you have no idea he's looking at you. But yes, first date idea: burn down a village. Anyways, you hold out the fruit
Hell yeah.
in your hand, and you hear the water within. You're from a region that would have Ilmana trees. You probably would have tasted one of its fruit before. Its fruit tastes like waterlogged cherry. Kind of slightly sweet. Very nourishing, very heavy liquid content. And as you look at it and you think about whether to try it or not, your mind goes back obviously to the Ilmana trees and the ink you found underneath the trees. And you look at your veins, you see the coloration of your veins, and you wonder if there's a link.
And I take a deep breath, and every part of me just says, "Go for it." And so I do.
So what are you gonna go
I
for?
take a bite. I take
Okay.
a bite out of the fruit.
So it's got this soft crust around it.
We're doing so well.
It would be, I'm sorry, it would be something that my character does. It's like
But he hasn't gotten
Please
to be
tell me
burning down
you've
the
at
orchard.
least- Like, are you in the middle of the village?
no,
He's
I'm
at
I'm
the
good
edge.
out,
He's
at
by
the
the
edge.
bridge for now. So there are people, obviously, but
Yeah,
there are some, but you're still
This
being careful.
motherfucker told us not to tell anyone, and now he's guzzling strange fruit down.
You take out the,
this won't. Let's say this. Do I know if this affects something like that? Sam, if anything,
Unless
I
you
would
try
go
it.
a bit out.
unless
Yeah,
you
Your
I would
bulge
go a
is
bit
gonna
out.
make
Let's
you-
say before I eat it, I would go a bit more out. As in, I'll try to find
Okay.
a fig tree or something like that.
Under Kankum's watchful gaze, you head a bit outwards, out from the village. And with the same knife that you partially destroyed at this point, you slowly cut pieces of the fruit. With the knife's edge, you puncture the shell, and then you start cutting slices. And true to its word, as you open it, you see the liquid within. You take a small slurp. It tastes slightly sweet, as said. It doesn't have any off coloration. The fruit itself you take a bite of. And here, Erbao, I'm going to need you to make me a check.
Yeah, okay, no problem.
I'll check, because I haven't used this too many times.
God be with you, my friend.
Goodbye, Eric.
Hasta la vista, baby.
He's gone.
But don't worry, you have a friend watching over you. You just don't know it, but he is watching over you.
I'm just choking myself, and this guy just sees me with
I'll
his
be honest,
binoculars.
man. I'll be honest, man. I'm kind of scared of your new friend.
Yeah,
So go ahead and make me an endurance test, please.
over.
Challenging.
Challenging, Jesus.
Yes.
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, you got this. You got this. You got this.
Yeah,
Come
I don't. It's a -2.
on. You don't.
Can I have some?
You can use a fortune and reroll it if you wish.
Is there something that I can succeed on it, or no? I'll leave it. It's.
Okay.
I'll go with the flow. It's a -2. I'll take it.
Okay.
Don't go with the flow. No.
With the flow in more ways than one. You take a bite of the fruit, and it tastes good. You take one slice and another, and by the end of it, you've finished it. As you do, you feel a strange sensation with your body. You look at your arms. Your heart start pumping once more with that very familiar sensation. You feel something cool go through your veins, enter your veins, and you start to see the color of your veins, especially the ones on your forearms, change a bit in color and get a bit more vibrant. You realize somehow that ink was present in the fruit as well, and you've ingested
Alright.
it, which is good. But you can also come to the realization very quickly that you can only hold so much ink within you.
Yeah.
And if you don't use it right now, it's going to find a very, very quick way out of you. As your
I'll shoot.
stomach starts to turn. What are you gonna do?
I'll shoot one of the darts.
You
as
shoot
in,
one of the darts. So, go ahead and make me a dart check, but before you do, this gives you some bonuses. And you've also gained 2 corruption.
hey, I'm corrupted.
We'll find out what that
Oh,
does later.
Just passively. Oh, by the way, you gained 2 corruption. But let's go over it for now.
Corrupted. Mentally
We're so
or
fucked.
physically?
We're so fucked.
The dart average?
Before you cast the dart.
Yeah, no problem.
So you have a +1 to the roll, and it's an easy roll.
Ooh, nice. +1, and that's an easy. Okay.
As you feel the
Oh.
ink within you give you a boost of energy
So
to do what you need.
modifier 1, right?
So,
I put modifier 1.
Let me show you. When you cast dart, you'll see a cell bonus, and you make a +1 to that.
All right. Okay.
And that's
So
easy.
bonus 1. Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
Jesus.
You have 3 overcasts. Go ahead and use them.
Okay. So how do I use it?
You click on them. You click on either
What
target
began
or
as a
range.
dart
So
quickly became a tactical nuke.
Target. Okay. So 1,
So
2,
3, and you have another one.
and 3.
4. Okay. So you feel the energy build up within you. You feel your stomach turn. You realize that if you don't release the sync right now, it's gonna find a very quick, very violent way out of you. You feel the muscles contort within your upper arms. Is there any way you'd like to describe how these darts come out? Keeping in mind that this is a very heavy amount of energy coming out very quickly, very fast.
So literally, it's just again manifesting from the tattoos that I have. I just flinch and they just shoot out. Like ice knives or something like that, like the knives pointed, and I just start shooting. As in, I shoot somewhere where nobody is looking, or to the floor or something like that. So at least
There's a
I
bush
won't hit
nearby.
nobody. Yeah, there's a bush nearby. I shoot at it.
With a suspicious pair of eyes. And
Yeah, it's the bush where Kanku resides.
So you feel the muscles on your arms contort, Erbao, and as they do, almost hyper atrophying, you feel for um, uh, basically four bodies within you, two on each side, exit your skin at fast pace. As they do, you hear four tongues. And then on a nearby tree, you see four solid, pebble-sized, sharp pieces of hardened, for better word, hardened blood, sticking out almost like shuriken stars out of the tree branch. Four of them. You look down at your arm and you see four open wounds, four slices on your forearms of where your darts came out from. This is, and the feeling leaves you exhausted. Again, you get the losses of senses once more. Your heart beat quickly, and you realize there's only so much of this you can take, and to a certain extent, there's only so much your body can take as you collapse exhausted. But you've done it. You've unlocked quite a lot of information here. And as you do realize that along your arms, your tattoos have changed a bit. They've become almost calloused. From heavy usage, you can see that the skin around where you are trying to fling out these darts, where you're trying to heat up objects, has become calloused and harder, more rigid, like natural armor. At the beginning of, at the very least. Obviously, Cancun, you've seen all this.
I'm like, holy shit!
This guy is Spider-Man! he's just in a bush, wanking.
He's hyperventilating.
Would it be possible, Sam, to go and retrieve the pebbles?
You strain yourself, you get back up, you're out of breath. You go to the tree, which isn't too far away. I do believe that dart has a range of, let me double check.
Let me see.
42 yards.
42 yards,
was
correct.
distance?
Not a small amount of distance, quite a few meters. So that's about 10 meters worth, so, give or take. And you retrieve these four pieces of dried blood, basically hardened blood. 3 of them crumble in your hand as they pull them out, and they smell and feel like your dried blood, pretty much, right? The fourth one remains a bit more solid. It did not impact the branch as hard, so you have a small place.
Yeah, I'll keep it. Just
sure what use you might make of it, but you have it, right?
Yeah.
You do realize, interestingly enough for you, and I need to double check this so I don't get my own lore wrong. Give me 1 quick second. Where is it? Fucking there it is. The blood has taken a weird, an odd coloration. Almost like the color of wine, the color of burgundy.
Alright.
It is not the color of your blood at all.
No.
Good for you to note.
Yeah. And I would stay under a bit the tree that I just shot. And I stay just there and I continue processing. And is the fruit still okay? Can I still later on? All right, but I still can't. I can throw it away, right? Because I still have one. Yeah, I'll dig a small hole. I'll put it in, and
You've done
halal,
another
and
banana
I
tree.
still have one left, and I'll leave it there. But yeah, I still
Mana fruit, you
I'll
only had
continue.
one. Mana tree root, you have two.
Oh, sorry. All right, good to know. All right, good.
So-
Just stay there.
Okay.
And
Yep.
I want to check if there was anyone around while Erbao did this.
Go ahead and make me a perception. Will probably make more sense.
I'm just going to I'm just going to like look around just in case from where I was. See if anyone was, So, but it's not night yet, right?
It's coming down to nightfall. So.
With acute sense, do I get any bonuses by any chance?
Yes. It becomes you get a, I would say +10 to your roll, so +7 modifier.
Dokes. So modifier. Row. Meh.
It is what it is. In the twilight, you don't, and it's a very quiet nightfall. As the rain gets harder, you realize most people,
May I
most
just
sensible
check?
people will be inside. The rest, under cover of rainfall, you probably won't see.
Is it possible if I actually use my fortune roll for this?
If
Oh
you
wait,
like.
no, I don't want to. I don't want to use my fortune roll just yet. Okay, no, never mind. Because I realized I just have one, but I have something important to do anyway. So
Okay.
Sorry,
Bernie will leave
sorry.
to a bit later. In the meantime, Jalal, Amaran, Lev, you sitting down. You approach out, and now that he sees the three of you approach, he salutes. أنا ما تطلع جوا. كيف انتم؟ كيف مرتوا؟ سبتوه؟
Is he at the counter?
He was out by the tables, putting them out, cleaning them out, so he's still doing that.
I'll slap the broken arrow on the table.
Okay.
Our merchant is dead.
You say it's
I'll say it's
Scappertani.
Scappertani. Yeah.
Okay. Amarino, do you have any?
Yeah.
Do you have any intuition or anything like that?
Oh, for sure.
Why don't you go ahead and make me an intuition check? And make it
Hell
blind
yeah,
for me,
brother.
please.
Oh, good.
And it's going to be obviously contested here. If you would
So
like.
average test?
Average, yes. Because it's contested anyway, so the target roll is.
Yeah.
And here is
There you go, buddy. To be clear, we weren't given any indication this was a secretive mission, right? At least
No.
I wasn't. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. So.
No.
Cool.
He probably, like, you weren't expecting to rattle him, or you weren't trying to rattle him.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Exactly, so it was a very routine motion for you. But it caught him with such surprise that you realize there was an unusual startleness in his face and recognition in the arrow.
Okay.
Okay, and
Interesting.
there was this half second where you realize, and he goes,
Nice.
Ah.
Master intuitionist.
You did. you rolled a 12. Like, I don't know what to tell you.
A master intuitionist, Amara.
Cap. Beverly Hills Cap Amara.
What the fuck?
Miami Vice. And he retakes his cool here and goes, Tessa Tailish Al.
Bażikament aħna
Notice
għamilna dak li.
nobody's understanding. I'll say it again, broken Bedwani. Say it.
Okay, fimtek naħseb. Ma sibtuħx ħaj.
Le. U kellu din ġo daru.
Alright.
Taf bija? Taf min seta jagħmilha din?
Ma għandix idea, nkun onest. Tilsix li fil-kampanja il-kampanja kif taf mhuwiex post segur. Tajjeb,
Lies!
Kemm il-banditi.
Amram plays a Lenoir by just accusing constantly.
He has no idea what he's saying, but he's accusing him anyway.
No, I say nothing. I have no idea.
No,
Imma
lying him.
hemm il-banditi jissa qabduh minna. Taf kemm imma jissa jkun li wadbuh wara hemmhekk qatluh. Forsi qatluh qabel.
Did he look like did he fall? Did they place him there? His
You didn't go
injuries,
down, did you? I don't think.
No.
I don't know, but I
Uh,
saw him. I saw
From
the body
from
anyway.
from the trail, it looked very clearly that he was run off the cliff. Run off the
Do you
cliff. He
speak
was chased.
Scupperton? Remind me.
No, he does not. You have Erba for that.
Oh,
but Erba
Christ.
is busy.
Yeah, your bow is
Corrupting
fucking
himself.
off.
Hello.
It's fucked off. Yeah.
ngħidlu jista' jkun. Imma dak kellu fl-ġeġa daru sinjali
Affarijiet ħadulu.
hemm xi.
Nixilkom issibu xi affarijiet.
Sibna xi affarijiet, imma mihomx affarijiet ta' valur kbir. Li jiena kurjuż. Sibna jaħ ngħidlu affarijiet żgħar mill-iseb. Ġifieri. Sibna vażun b'xi ġwienaħ ta' xi insett partikolari, kannella, bil-beġ, kannelli. Ma nafux x'inhu. Kannelli.
Alright, ija kellu dak kien mar xi portu kien sab wieħed li ġablu xi ħwejjeġ minn artijiet oħra l-bot minn hawn. U kien les li jibbiħom li. Jak xlibtom l-għadam. Xlibtu iktar.
Clothes, right?
Nixtieq nkun naf għal xi xtużaw.
Ħwejjeġ items.
But we didn't actually really recover any item from, did we? Aside from like the herbalist pouch, loot,
And the
the money
coins.
that he had.
Yes.
Yeah, but that
You
was
did
about
not
it.
recover
I'm
much
not
else.
now that I've seen him react in this way, like Amron is instantly on guard. Like there's something going on here immediately. So I'm not bringing up the coin that I took.
I will only mention the ingredients. Actually, the
So you won't mention
الجوينة.
the coin or the other loot. That's
I mean,
your
we have the
will not
cart.
mention-
card.
Wait, I have the cart with me still, so I'll go to the cart and I'll bring the snakes.
Ah,
And I'll ask Ishtari.
ija, ija. Anzi,
Qabel kollox. Għandek idea ta' x'seta ġiel lil dawn in-nies joqtlu merkant flok ġest jieħdu l-affarijiet u jitilqu l
ovvjament, ma nistax ngħidlek x'ikunu qed jaħsbu n-nies, imma bħalissa mhux ħin tajjeb mhux żmien tajjeb għal biex toħroġ barra minn beltek, minn fejn tkun twelid. N-nies huma fqar. Meta n-nies ikunu fqar jaraw kif jagħmlu biex jitmgħu lill-familji tagħhom. Ma nafx. Imma mhux
komuni
Għalhekk.
il-ħaġa li imutu il-merkanti flok jisirquhom biss.
dan l-aħħar biex issib xi ħadd less biex joħroġlok mill-villaġġ tiegħu hija kbira. Qabel ma kienet komuni naħseb, issa saret iktar komuni f'da żmien bħas-soltu, żmien ta' gwerra. Ovvjament ma nafx ħaradlu, setgħu ġast jieħdulu l-affarijiet, setgħu jieħdulu l-affarijiet tiegħu. Il-xrib nixtrihom, naf li xi ħadd li jkun jistgħmel użu mill-velenu tagħhom.
السريب الساش ما سميتهمش ما نعرفش
لا،
كنت
جبتهم يجي.
حنسميهم
I brought
عشان
them. I brought
السريب
them.
اوكي طيب
He showed me.
سريب اوكي طيب السريب ايوه دون السريب تنسقسك فوقهم komuni f'din l-area, f'din iż-żona daw it-tip ta' strip.
Fil-kampanja ġeli s-sibu ġeli għallu li raw minnom komuni bizzejt li jiexu fil-lam taħt l-art, ġeneralment. Skont fej mortu. Ma nafx fej s
Iwa, u sibnieħ biċċa ħofra kien hemm l-ilma ġo fiha kien hemm sa
Jisa ravina.
erdum żgħir, eżatt isa
Ravina. Jiexu ħafna
ravin.
f'ravina u għek. Allura tagħmel sens li s-sibu għamemmek. Mela, ifhem, għamiltu xogħolkom għal daw tista' jew tara x'għandi xtieħu u nagħmlu biċċa xogħol bejnietna. Ġelal x'taħseb?
Ninteressa ruħi kieku tgħidli l-ewwel nett jekk għandekx faxex.
Faxex għandi, nista' ngħadik.
Faxex tip ta' alkohol, spirtu b'saħħtu.
Spiritu?
huwa possibbli.
Spiritu m'għandix, sfortunatament.
M'għandekx mhux problema.
Faxex hi.
Ask if he has armor. I'll point at my chest, like the leather that I'm wearing.
Ruta, għamejnek, jirit armatura.
M'għandix, sfortunatament.
U m'għandekx għal xi ħaġa ħarajt. U armi
Armi m'għandix
Armi.
laqqas. Li għandi l-ġilda ta' naċ. Tkun jekk toħdu għan xi ħadd, probabli jkun jista' jagħmlulkom armatura, xi ħadd li jifhem.
Hadid.
M'għandix
U-
la bronz u laqqas Copper shite, xi semmi Malti għandna.
Uhu,
No, I have no fucking idea.
x'inhu? Copper.
Copper bil-Malti, fucking no.
Ram.
Ram. There you go.
Dak
thank
bras.
you.
Ah,
Yeah, look at him.
Hell yeah, Mr. Malta guy.
La ram u laqqas bronz mandi. Li għandi il-ċilta ta' naċ, għandi dawk il-par sraben li rrit, s-sandik
Iwa.
lillom, l-sandik il-faxex.
what will I need to repair this cart?
The what? The cart?
What will I
Ideally
need to repair
carpenter's
this
tools.
cart? Can you ask him for that? I'll
I
put a hand on
I-
Joel's shoulder and point to the cart. Fix. Sewi.
jekk tkun tista' tgħidli wkoll xi informazzjoni fejn nistgħu nsibu mastru daxxa jew tabib ukoll tgħinna ftit. Ukoll.
Tobba mawx. Hawnhekk. Insomma, forsi tkun tistgħu issibu xi ħadd nista' noħodkom għal xi ħadd fil-każ bħala tabib. Dak hija biex tfissew il-xisima. Għandi l-odda. Nista' ndilkom
lodda?
magħha.
Jekk jogħġbok.
Jew inkella inqabbad lil xi ħadd isewwilkom jekk ma tafux kif. Ovvjament
Jar kieku.
mela, f'dak il-każ għal xogħolkom, għal xogħlijietkom, għax mill-istanara ħadilkom id-demb, kulħadd baqa' ħaj. Ux.
Imma
Mona
Blezzat
is also
ħanajt
with you
jgħat
left, by the way, also.
Okay.
Kif qed tara
Mela,
irriskjaw ħajjithom nejn minn nies
dak
diġà.
il-każ. Naf li
This
vera
whole time I've been staring at the dead snakes, like in their dead eyes this whole time.
I lived.
But did you die?
You ain't got nothing on me.
Fil-każ vera napprezza x-xogħol tagħkom għal xogħolkom. Dess intikom dawk il-traben li vera rid, il-faxex, l-odda u xi ħadd milli jieħodlok ħsiebu jirranġalek il-karatum. U mbagħad kemm l-puntakom lejn it-tabib u jieħodlok u tirranġaw magħhom biex tiġu f'postkom. Sawa? X'taħseb?
U napprezza l-informazzjoni wkoll. Imma aħna tkellimna li il-bal jista' jkun iktar affordably.
Mela, karkar, ija, let's go. Fuq karkar għandi xogħol ieħor. Imma mhuwiex ta' dan lejn. Wara l-nagħlaq il-lejla, aħna ma tiġix tkellimni fuq wara. Ħassib xema waħda biex ewla wara l-floti. Imma iġi waħdi. U nitkellmu fuq biċċa xogħol oħra. Nitkellmu fuq karkar.
Ma tafnafhomx il-sabi?
Mela, għandi kamra waħda miftuħa għal ħreket intielkom għal-lejl.
Kemm tqiegħed nies?
Żewġ milies. Jorqdu fuq is-sodod, jekk tridu tpoġġu l-bija tistgħu. Kollhom jorqdu mal-art. Jew titreklu.
Dry. It's gonna rain tonight, so might as well.
Ma sibinniex naqa' post ieħor wara il-biċċa xogħol din kif qed tara naqa' problema naqdu barra bħalissa. Ma naħsibx li l-informazzjoni biss tkun biżżejjed għalkemm napprezza. Imma nixtieq li nistrieħu naqa' sew dal-lejl. Arda u tnejn.
Go ahead and make a roll for this.
I'll think I'll do a charm because I'm making him kind of.
Okay, charm works.
Titħassarna.
Let me see if I'm gonna go for intuition or cool here.
Iktar mill-li ħeggi iktar tipprova jiġielu jitħassarna.
Yeah, I think I'll go for intuition here.
Okay.
Average just you need to wait a
Just so I don't.
You beat a 100.
God damn.
By the way, if you ever need to make an oppose test without having the token on the roll, you should be able to, by the side of the charm test, you see either edit, and you should see oppose as well, and it opens it up for you. Or is it just...
Edit? Wait. No,
Nah,
near
then it's a
charm I
GM
have
thing.
very good.
It's a GM thing.
Yeah, it's a GM thing, I think.
It's alright. You win that round by a lot. He takes a look at the man by the bar, who seems to be lost in thought by himself. Għandu ħafna xogħol u niskonsidrakom bib tal-post. Ħanara x'nista' nirranġakom. Lar orqdu hawn isfel. Ma nipprova niftħilkom kamra oħra, jkollkom 4 xogħol minn flok lejn. Għal 3 ħreket tax-xogħol. Tajjeb, naħdmu.
3 ħreket.
Għax irrit l-isbarazza irrit li ftaħ probli ħajkolli maċin xaħat.
Tajjeb. Tajjeb.
Flok reket wieħed lejn u l-kamra l-oħra, għal 3 reket. So.
Barra minn hekk nixtieq li jekk għandek naqra ikelli xorb napprezza li kikun niklu naqa' hawnhekk illum ukoll.
Ejja mela, bil-flus, ovvjament, ma minn ftit jor li bdalix il-borma npoġġi n-nar, niftaħ n-nar, u nlessilkom naqberra wkoll, x'taħsbu. Tiklu sew il-lejla. Jew bekk il-lejla m'għandix ħafna nies hawnhekk.
Hekk bdejt ngħid l-aħħar darba kien hemm nies mhux ħażin u bdew festeġġjaw mhux soltu.
Nagħmluha darba kull ġimgħatejn, wara li jispiċċa l-ġimgħa, wara li jispiċċa l-ġimgħa ta' xogħol, niċċelebraw ħariera. Ġeneralment peress li għandna ħafna fitnari jkollna naqbit b'xejn, ma jkunx mit-tajjeb ma jkunx ħażin. Niċċelebraw ħariera.
Għandu ngħid li jiġu naqanis mhux ħażin. Sab ka barranin jiġu.
Barranin ma tantx naraw iktar u iktar issa bil-gwerra ġejja rari. Għalhekk kont vera xtaqt nara x'ċaralu dak il-merkant. By the way, Ġilal, at any point you wish to roll to see if...
I will try to roll actually an intuition again.
Okay.
To see when I told him about the... Actually, is it intuition? I think I'll go for...
Make it blind for me, though.
Yeah. I can do a gossip, I guess, right?
Okay, he's gonna go for cool. Okay, that's a good roll.
So, how do I blind again?
You
Yes.
see the drop down by
Blind,
the dice?
So I said intuition, right? First.
Yes, but you can change it if you like.
I don't do intuitions.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. He seems very genuine. Either that or he's much better at lying than you were at sussing out information. At the very least, he seems quite genuine in a lot of things. The fact that he's giving you rooms, he's giving you items as well, and he's trying to figure out a way to make you more comfortable. Certainly seems genuine.
Is the other guy within earshot or something? The guy...
Not particularly, unless you speak loudly.
Just do dak minn hawnhekk.
لا مش من هناك. Dak...
Caperton.
No, he looks a bit worried.
Can't tell.
He looks a bit worried. But obviously, he's still foreign in a way, I guess. His clothes look a bit different than the ones here. A lot less colorful. A lot more muted reds and browns. لا مش من هناك.
Forse nborru nitkellmu naqra wara.
Kwin nħallih bikwitu. Mill-ftit li li għamalaw ma tantx jidher persuna ħafna kliem. Apparentement xi veteran.
Alright.
Tal-aħħar gwerer.
Tajjeb.
Fil-nord.
Okay.
I'm gonna take the tools he's given. Try to repair that.
You
Yeah,
actually have, you
I'll,
first of all have no idea of the conversation, but he's
And I
commissioned
see
the
him bringing
carpenter.
tools. Oh, carpenter. Okay, that's easy.
He's actually going to get a carpenter to actually handle it for you. That would
That's
make
much
more
easier.
sense.
Okay. Yeah, that's
And-
fine. I just thought I would have to fix shit.
No. Fil-kas ħanibat qed nara li l-sieħbkom hemmhekk ma tantx jidher f'postu. Fil-kas ħanibat biex jiġi tabib hawnhekk. Tiġi iktar tard il-lejla, nibgħatilha messaġġ fil-kwiet, għandha kamra naqal bot minn hawnhekk iktar l-isfel biex mara. Poġġu bil-qiegħda jissu d-dar tagħkom. Issa nġibilkom l-ħabirna, la niftaħ kollox. And he leaves you to it. I will add the things you've decided on in the cart for now.
Remove these.
Owen.
Sorry? In the
I will
cart?
add the things that you've agreed on with him in the cart. So I'm gonna remove the snakes, of course. And I'm going to add the bandages.
Would we
And the
also get And the boots, yes. And would we also get the carpenter's tools apart from a guy? Okay, we will get a guy to
No, you'll get a guy
repair
to
them,
take care of it for you. That's
but
the deal.
but temporarily. But we won't have the carpenter's tools forever,
No.
right? No, not
No,
permanent.
those are just for
Alright, okay. And so bandages, we said. Some
bandages,
boots.
the boots, and obviously the help with the cart.
One more thing, I seem to have a bug أو البارشن wooden bucket متى تمبروفون delete يا فوق الانفنتوري تاعي تقول لي it doesn't exist anymore.
It's already been removed according to my
Really?
so maybe close it and reopen.
You did, but I think because I'm afraid that it's taking encumbrance down.
I should have removed it for you.
Because it's still there on my GUI. I can't remove.
Oh no, it's gone from mine. So just close
Alright,
it and
طيب.
reopen my space.
It's fine. I'll refresh. Alright. Okay, so that's it. I'll gesture them for them to take a seat, and
Okay.
I'll take out my racket from the pouch, and I'll gesture that they can take a seat, the others, and live.
You all take a seat around each other. The rain has by this point started to pour more heavily. If there's anything all of you would like to do, let me know.
Yeah, if I'm still outside and I see that the rain is coming down, I would go try to find the others and go inside somewhere.
Okay,
I
so
won't
you
just
join the
stay.
others.
Same. From my end, I wrote out down as well to that once Erbao is finished with his little event, I will make sure that everything is alright, and I'll go back. I'll stay outside the floaty unless it's raining badly.
Okay.
Once our bow returns, I'll wait for him to join the group.
Okay.
So he can translate. And then I'll lean in to him and Jalal mostly, I think, what the others can hear as well. And I will say, he knows something else about the hour. He knows who shot the merchant. Nod my head. The other.
I see. I will relay that later to Lev, to Owens and Jalal.
And I think we're all around the table, right? So
Yes.
Yeah.
everyone can hear this.
All right, we're
Just translate
we're
quietly.
just all right. Yeah,
Let's
I
just
would
shout it
I
out
would
you guys
I would
and
go
the
up.
guy by the bar, the veteran by the
Yeah,
bar.
yeah.
That's
I
about it.
I would go up to Jalal and whisper into his ear that الليدر قاعد يكبي شي حاجة وينسبرها ذاك الراجل.
I didn't give him the coin.
إيه ما عطاكش الكوين.
المونيتا.
المونيتا.
الكوين.
I'm going to remove 3 racket from your infantry, Jalal, for the room. Okay. All right. And the coin, that's news to you. You haven't seen any coin yet.
Yeah, I haven't seen a coin. Monita. Alright. You're not that surprised, but I'm more surprised that he actually lied. I'm a bit. I'm not kind of believing
Floyd,
100% what I'm hearing.
Sorry.
أيوة عشان mother thing.
Sorry, yeah.
It's okay. It's just that Jalal has his ominous voice.
I'm not believing 100% what I'm hearing as well, because he did seem genuine to me. كيف تعرفوا؟
It's likely.
I saw it on his face. When I put the arrow on the table, he was surprised.
يعني دوك سحبنا وكمنا من لوك براسي هلا ما نريش خفنا ما اللي بوجا l'ero che fido بالمالتي فلجة من بوجا الفلجة وتشو يسوريخ اللي يفتح حاجة issa وانتي جتلنا li يخصوك li اسمع ولا شريت jew dik f'moħħok kont qed tgħidha.
احكي
آه.
لك كل شغله.
Your persona is yet يلعب بوجهه جبري noqdu attenti biss. Ġifieri naf li ħajti naf affarijiet, naf li ħajajna imma jekk
He's
għalinna
hiding
hekk
something.
seħibna ma naħsibx li nistgħu naqbdu nidħlu bla dodge daw l-affarijiet.
Blood Dodge qatt. Fil-fatt jiena nixtieq li ġib aktar informazzjoni anke biex inkellmu lil Leggarf u nipprova nbaxxi meta nsemmi jismu nbaxxi leħni ovvjament. Dak diġà qalilna li hemm xi affarijiet għaddejjin. Allura minix qed naftaħ 100% fil-fatt qed nagħmel dak li qed nagħmlu biex nippruvaw nġibu naqra iktar informazzjoni.
You stop with sentence there as Aud brings forward a few pewter cups of ale, one for each of you, and you see him stoke the fire by the side and puts a pot inside, sieves through a bucket full of sorghum grain and water, and slowly starts to cook and bubble and froth. The rain
Can I... Yep.
The rain keeps beating hard outside, and at some point throughout into your conversation, another individual comes in heavily wet from the rain, slight, thin, but with sinewy arms of an archer. The sinewy arms of an archer. She has this long.
Cancun?
Huh? It's not
Cancun?
Cancun, no.
Oh,
Cancun is
shit.
with you, actually. He's out from the rain, I believe.
Oh, he
by
came
this point.
inside. Alright.
I was just saying that if it's coming down hard on us, I would go in. So I would probably be with them. Yes, at this point.
She goes straight past you, goes to the bar, seems to recognize Aud, or Aud recognizes her, and with a nod heads to the back of the bar.
Is he
Now that you're
carrying
a
a
bit-
bow or arrows or anything? of the
She
sort?
does not seem to be, no. No, I'm telling you these things not because they're innately suspicious, but because you are
I'm
are
rather suspicious of everyone.
exactly because
Yes.
you now are even a lot of you now are more suspicious. So I'm giving you these details, just for you to know.
Are we going to confront him about the coin?
You see the coin in your hand.
I'll palm the coin for posterity. I'm not gonna pull it on the table or reveal it. Like I'll
But will
hold
you
it in my
show
palm.
it to Jalal?
Shield. Yeah, I'll put it like on the palm here and shield it from the direction out,
Okay.
just so that he doesn't see I'm showing him. Like just hold a hand out on the table, basically, casually.
Okay. Jalal, why don't you roll me a check for that coin? It's faintly familiar to you.
I will roll, I think, a straight intelligence here because I don't have evaluate. I don't have. I
Lore
can
would-
roll.
Lore trade
I
would
don't
make
have
a lot
lore.
of sense. But that's
I
fine.
don't have lore. Right.
Go for it. Go for an
I think
intelligence.
it's more level intelligence or gossip maybe, but I don't think I've heard gossip about
Gossip,
this.
you need to actively gossip to get gossip.
Yeah,
You need to
exactly.
engage in the
So,
tea to get the tea.
Excuse me, sir.
Very humbly.
I'll do
Do you
a
have
special
any?
Jien nista' naħħaw kol sem.
I think you can both see it.
Yeah, I'm showing it to everyone on the table without revealing
Public?
it to.
Yeah,
to
yeah.
out.
Yes, public place. If there's
And-
anything you want to do with the coin, let me know.
Yeah, I'll raw dog it.
Ah,
I'll do
shit.
raw.
Jesus!
Yeah, what do I
Jesus
see
Christ.
before?
So, the coin is it's a bronze coin, about the size of a racket, so quite large. But coins aren't common in Bidwar. They don't use coinage. They use racket, right? What's strange about this coin is that on one side it's completely flat and featureless. On the other, it has embossed on it a triangle with a line going through it. And you immediately know what this means, Jalal. Safety, right? Safety shelter in Aksamwa. Apart from that, Jalal, let me see what you wrote here real quick. Okay, it's pretty good actually. You recognize the coin as it's very likely belongs to a merchant guild, popular in Bidwar, known as Daira. I'm going to write it for you. Daira meaning flow. The Dair being flow, right? And you would know that Daira are not a particularly big merchants guild, but they're widespread in modest places, usually owning a guild house in either major ports or small towns. And they're known as a Daira because they deal mainly in mountain water and in foodstuffs. You would have seen a guild house on the outskirts of Basharain, actually. And you would know that returning the bronze coin would very likely either give you an in with the guild, or at least you could sell it for quite a good number of racket.
Shit.
And
Good thing I
do
kept
know-
And there goes my plot hook.
I'm the best merchant in this game, in this group, without even knowing. I read the guy. I kept our highest valuable item. Incredible.
Currently, you are worth a lot. Yes.
You're doing better than me.
Scupper Tony are just good at everything. Not even trying.
Would I know where the Daira align themselves?
Along the political sphere, merchant guilds tend to, generally speaking, from what you know, merchants are often on the crown side because that's where the coin is, right? It just makes sense. However, this latest revolution, the civil war, has been started by a merchant turned outlaw, so you're not entirely sure. Ideally, if you were a guild master of a merchant guild, you would try to stay neutral, because that's what benefits you the most. But you know that in practice, it's very hard to stay neutral in your home country where the war is happening. So.
Okay, I would explain this. I'll just tell him to put it away. Just do a quick sign.
You can
And I
throw
will
it away.
tell
Don't
and
need it. It'll revert
Infatti, Amadilo jwaddabaw jitqata li
I'll speak to Erba and tell him dik hija din il-munita hija ta' lider tad-dajra, ġifieri probabbli dan bih xi ħaġa lid-dajra u dawn taħt il-munita. Jew inkella possibilment negozjaw xi ħaġa għal din il-munita.
Very likely you would realize, because you rolled pretty well on the roll, Jalal, that it's very likely that the dead merchant, was a guild member, which would also explain the rare herbs you found in his pouch.
Okay, so mela ngħidilhom li most probably dan hija parti mill-guild house tad-dajra u most probably jekk naf forsi post possibilment fil-limiti ta' Basharain fej jista' jkun hemm dar tan-negozju tagħhom jew floti. U jekk forsi nirritornaw din il-munita jaf ikunna profit naqgħu mhux ħażin. Jekk ngħidulhom x'ġara u anke jistgħu jtuna aktar informazzjoni x'seta' ġara b'dan il-bniedem.
Ġifieri daw huma għall-familja tiegħek għalli tifhimni bieħ u jagħmlu. Alright. Naturalment ngħid l-oħrajn l-istess li qed jgħidli bil-mod qed ngħidha ħalli ħadd ma jisma'na. Imma
I would like to see if in the meantime, like whenever I say something, the veteran is looking at us or something, maybe, and just in case he's looking over to us or trying to overhear us, maybe in some way,
No, give me one quick second. In that case.
because I don't trust him.
Għalunna u koll jew veteran jew.
He
Għadni ma
said it
tilkomx
to. He
proprio
said.
ħaġa.
Yeah.
I don't think I said it.
Kieku tafx li żjed ukoll li għandna bżonn nagħmlu, għax-xorta kienet f'moħħi tagħdi, insibu xi ħadd għalli jekk nifqu minn seħibna li ma jistax jagħtina informazzjoni, nkunu nafu bej wieħed ieħor minn għamilha din il-vleġġa jew min li żjed li jużaha.
Did Out take the arrowhead or did I keep it?
He left it on the table. He didn't
Yeah,
have
So
it.
I will have kept
Immaġina
it.
ħadd.
I will have kept it.
Ġifieri kieku jekk insibu xi ħadd li jinnaf jifhem f'dawn l-affarijiet forsi jista' jippuntana f'post aħjar u naturalment indawwara mal-oħrajn ukoll forsi xi ħadd jaf jew kellu xi jaqsam ma' dawn l-affarijiet.
I want to check if there's anything special about the arrowhead, actually.
Okay.
Just to see if it was crafted specifically to be able to pierce armor, perhaps, maybe a bit better.
U
If
tinsiex
it's more jagged.
minn kull persuna, minn kull blacksmith ejja ngħidu hekk kulħadd għandu xi ħaġa differenti, ġifieri forsi jinnaf ikollu ħaqqa l-madoffi fuq jew xi ħaġa.
He actually left his home address on the arrowhead.
The serial number. You would know for a fact that blacksmiths aren't that common, and they certainly wouldn't be in villages. What this was the work of was a fletcher, probably, right? Which are a bit more common. But before that, Jalal, why don't you go ahead?
Fletcher x'inhu? Skużani,
He makes
imma Fletcher
arrows.
x'inhu?
He makes
He makes arrows, he makes specific
an
arrows.
He makes
All
arrows.
right.
Why don't you make me a roll to see if the veteran is secretly spying on you?
I'll make a perception.
Go for it. No, in this case, perception would be if you were spying on someone. Probably something a bit more like intuition would make a lot more sense.
Yeah, intuition, leave it to me.
Yeah, we've got the master merchant here.
ħallin ġallu jħaresna ħoħra, I start using roll.
Wait, are you really good or me?
No,
Go ahead. I'm joking. My intuition is complete garbage.
Well, minus
got
Intuition jien edha 36, jena, which is okay.
Mine's at 30.
You do not get the feeling that he's spying on you, know.
In that case, I will just whisper a bit on to everyone. Milli taraw xi veteran ukoll minn tal-gwerra, jiġifieri nżommu distanza minnu.
By that, obviously, we would, Jalal being local, you would know it's probably one of the border wars with Jaulu or Tishet that he's probably talking about. And you
Would he be one of the one from the military I used to drill with? The I forgot the name.
Sakram?
Sakram, yes.
The Sakram border patrols. Potentially. They usually wear cloaks denoting their affiliation. This one isn't wearing any cloaks. So he's likely retired in that aspect, at the very least.
Does he look old?
He looks... So, Aksamam have an average lifespan of 60 years. You can tell this guy is in his third quarter, for sure.
Okay.
Now, before we get to you, Cancun, as the rain gets harder early on, you eventually crest the topmost hill. And as you're getting splattered by this heavy warm rain, you see the orchard in front of you, as it always was. What would you like to do?
I'm heading back to where I carved the symbol of Vombeck.
Okay. As you head back, you're obviously alone, as far as you can tell, and even if you had to
Let him
see if
try
there's
to
anyone,
ambush me.
the rain would probably mask most ambushes. In any case, you make your way towards the orchard, and here you see the full evolution at play of these mala trees, right? Their cupped, wide leaves make it so that the only rainwater that passes through this heavy rain downwards drips and passes by the branches themselves. And as you get in their cover, you realize that the rain they are almost completely sheltering you at this point. As you get closer, you see that because you instinctively go towards the tree that you had marked, the eagle one, the one with the eagle, and you see that your eagle mark has been covered. There's a necklace sort of small stones in the shape of jadur, tied together with hempen rope.
I ripped them off.
Let me finish the description.
I don't fucking. You said jadur.
Time for a holy war, boys.
You take it and finally you pull that apart, and you do see that your eagle mark has been scratched, probably with a knife.
I carve it back. I look to the closest two trees. I carve the other symbols in as well, that of the spear and that of the diamond.
You look upwards. You see that the moon probably is out, but it's cloudy, and thankfully Vombeck's gaze isn't on this desecration here. You carve a symbol once more into another two trees, the same symbol, I assume. And by this point, you realize you're starting to dry off, simply by being in close proximity to the trees.
And because I'm angry.
So because you're angry, yes. What would you like to do?
I'll turn back. I remember that there were a bunch of shrines on the way for the jadur and shit, right? I remember they're close by.
They're close by.
I break each and every one of them now. We could have lived in peace. I was going to carve a symbol of Vombeck into the tree as thank you, but we could no more peace now.
Okay. Go ahead and make me an intelligence test here.
Agar did want us to purge this village, right?
Jassara dal-doluri daqsiex jaħabbat idu mal-bicċet tal-ġebel tiru l-emmolaw u jinem nispara
Difficulty, Sam, please.
Standard, average. Okay. There are half a dozen such small shrines, very small, placed alongside the road to the way, sort of like how you would give thanks in a similar way. You look up because, sure, you're angry, but on the other hand, pissing off gods is not something that's just done. You look up and you realize that this warrior is also hidden from view by the clouds, by the rainy clouds. So nobody from above, at the very least, is keeping an eye on you. And angrily, you go ahead and desecrate each and every one of these, spilling the rocks, spilling the stones, spilling whatever small clay fragments of messages they left, breaking them apart. Oaths, messages, gifts, all fall beneath your boot.
I calm down?
No.
Oh.
You can check this strictures really quick, but go on.
This shouldn't, by my understanding, break any of Vombeck's strictures because,
No.
fun fact, from what I understand of the lore, we're not exactly a peaceful religion.
Oh, of course not. We're
No,
covered.
religion.
We're
Our
a covered
history
religion.
is all holy war, so really.
No,
We're a
religion is
covered time
peaceful.
religion. Peace does not exist.
The only thing
I
that
will follow you into
There
this
is only
holy
one,
war if
that
you,
is to be calm
yes.
in all matters. That is the one.
So,
That being said,
um,
I would.
you
Go
do
ahead.
feel you it weighs a bit on you simply because you couldn't keep calm, rather than because of the desecration. You are slightly worried that divine retribution will come from another set of deities.
Then perhaps they shouldn't have started first.
Yeah. But so far, so good. What would you like to do?
I've carved the 3 symbols into the 3 different trees. And knowing that I'm not going to be able to see, looking at it and realizing that the rain's picking up, I look at the desecrated remains, I spit on them, and I leave.
Okay. Easy enough to do.
I shit on them and
As
leave.
the rain gets heavier, you make your way down. By the time you make it to the floaty, you are completely drenched. And you make it just in time as Cancun. Why don't you go ahead and make me a check to see the arrow's origins? It is broken, it is slightly rotten at this point, but it will do.
Is it?
Now,
I
ideally,
want to just.
a trade Fletcher would be ideal for the role, but you don't have that, so you'll need to figure
No.
it out.
So, as a user of such arrows, I know what would make it fly better, right?
Right.
Or hit harder
Right.
at this point. Would it make sense if I use my ranged skills for this? Or if anything, perhaps if my culture used a lot of these things as weapons, like arrows in itself, perhaps the lore Baktega. Maybe.
Okay. Go for Lord Baktagan then. That would probably give you a bit of an in. It's very much an archer-dominated culture. A huntsman-dominated culture, really. A hunter-dominated culture. Okay, you take a look at the 2 pieces of arrow that we have in front of you. As the rest of you are talking and sharing your drink and ale, and soon bowls of food are passed over to you as well, of meaty sorghum. The arrow is in 2 parts, apart from fragments, right? It remained still. It remained 1 post-impact. It was only broken by Amaran as he pulled it out. It's got a bronze tip. And the wood, from what you've seen of the area, looks local. The make seems to be also handmade, not shoddy work, the work of someone who knows how to make arrows, but not necessarily a blacksmith's work either. The bronze tips don't look particularly well fashioned, like they came out of a foundry. More likely they came out of a small kiln, a small forge, right? In fact, are slightly brittle and lopsided to touch.
They don't look hunting like the ones that you would use for hunting, right?
The
At
arrows
least.
are long and wide. Yes, they do look like huntsman's arrows, and in fact the tips are 4-tipped rather than 3-tipped. So they have 4 feathers at the edge rather than 3 to allow for better stability. They do look like hunter's arrows, although none that you would see back home. and certainly not the sort that would be used by a Baktagan bow, which are these long, heavy war bows, which you've never had the pleasure of actually drawing and loosing from. You do know something.
Have I
Baktagan
ever seen it?
A Baktagan bow?
No, that kind of arrow from
That kind of arrow?
my culture.
Go ahead and make me, I would say, a similar roll in this case.
What was it?
He used Lord Baktaga, he used the lore of his homeland to help.
I'm gonna lore a domo then.
Okay, go for it.
Same. Average, challenging.
Average. Okay. Again, you realize the same things that he has realized. It doesn't look like anything Adomese by any measure of the word. Simply for the fact that you have a more short bow culture than a long bow culture, and this looks specifically made for a longer bow. Although arrows can be used interchangeably, often speaking. You do know something that Cancun did not, however. As you take a closer look at the arrow tip, you do realize there are faint stains of what you realize is dark red, and you take a closer look at it, Lev, and you realize, though you're in incredible pain still, the red is not blood, it's discoloration. The arrow was tipped, and you quickly realize with your +3 success, very likely with venom which you've suffered from earlier today.
It's snake venom.
You smell it as well, and it has that very slightly acidic, very bitter smell.
Okay.
Similar conclusions, only Cancun did not see the venom part.
Yeah, what I will do as soon as I realize, I will... Do we still have the snakes?
No, you sold the snakes.
Ah, fuck's sake. I will mimic a snake, or point to one of the bite marks that the snake did on me. Yeah, so something like Cancun. And point to the tip of the arrow. And I suppose I wouldn't know the word for poison.
Yeah.
Bitwari, so I won't even try. But sorry?
لا وقت li jattabelek nejt ġela naħseb qed tgħidilna li ostra ma naffi l-arrow tip li ma nafx bil-Malti x'iżżekk jgħidula qiegħda bl-istess balenu li daħal dak is-serv. Immaġna hekk.
Wait, isn't he saying it's just as sharp as their teeth? Maybe it's their fangs.
The arrows have teeth.
Oh my God.
It's a snake.
Snakes that have teeth as arrows.
They shot a snake. They shot a snake. It's not an arrow. It's a snake.
I would say you get...
I think it's a fairly clear that it was poisoned, right?
Yeah.
It's
Now,
not a difficult assumption to reach.
Whether it was the exact snake that bit
Right.
Lev might be a harder conclusion to reach.
Yeah.
But at least the fact that it was a poison-tipped arrow.
Why would they poison the arrow if they're... and then leave it there? Usually you poison an arrow if you want to kill someone and disguise it. Maybe that was their original intention.
Maybe he was hit from far away, and then he tipped over because the poison was having an effect, and he couldn't get the arrow back.
Maybe they intended to kill him first and then throw him into the ravine.
Yeah,
Pretended.
and it didn't go that way. He went astray, obviously, because he was poisoned and he fell with everything.
I think we need to find out what Alt knows about who shot them.
First and foremost, do I know of any group of bandits or anything like that, organized group that coats arrows with poison?
that coats any organized group. Anyone with a basic knowledge of venom and how it works, and who is planning to use it to hunt monsters, would have a basic knowledge of it. So monster hunters like yourselves would, at some point, if they're planning to use ranged weaponry, get some knowledge of poisonry and the like. Like actual battle groups, generally speaking, archer regiments wouldn't bother, because they rely on volume of fire rather than anything else. And hunters wouldn't poison their arrows because they're intending to get the meat out from them, unless they go for a paralysis, a poison that induces paralysis rather than kills.
Which this is not, right?
Which this is not.
This is.
This is not.
Is it common that he was alone, the merchant? Wouldn't there be like someone guarding
Guards
him?
with him?
or-
You would imagine so. You would imagine there would be guards with him at some point.
naħseb iżjed u iżjed like hija familja rinomata, x'taħseb?
You know, I would, yes, I would speak to her, but kind of think out loud and say, stramba li ma kien hemm ħadd miegħu jew inkella forsi kienu x'imkien differenti jew forsi daru kontrih qed ninkwieta issa għax din mhijiex normali li affarijiet prezzjużi hekk ħallhom waħedhom.
Ejja ngħidu hekk, x'taf iżjed fuq dil-familja? Bħala merkant, bħala persuna li jbieħ.
Min-naħa tiegħi li naf biss li huma mifruxin naqra mhux ħażin. U ħafna mid-drabi ibieħu jixtru ilma mill-muntanji u affarijiet tal-ikel.
Ejja ngħidu hekk biex iġġal xi ħadd ngħidu hekk joqtol il-wieħed mill-merkanti u żied ta' familja naqa' renomata kif qed tgħidilna inti titgħaltru jew tkun fottik f'xi ħaġa jew inkella trid messaġġ. Turi messaġġ lill-familja.
Diġà kellna messaġġ ieħor. Da tar-raj u issa għax merkant ifhem ma tantx jaqbillek toqtlu.
Mhux hekk?
Waħda
Is-soltu.
waħda minnhom hija li jarġa' jgħaddi u kollok iktar opportunità.
Imma li ma nistax nifhem hija li kieku ma waqax fejn waqa'. Kellu daqshekk prezzjuż li seta' forsi persuna jieħu. Għax dik.
They left.
Għalhekk, ġibri.
They must have thrown him in the ravine.
Probably they took the thing and they. I am not going. It was probably.
It is strange they left the arrow in.
Mhux hekk. Usually, if I'm a good assassin, I would take my arrow back.
Unless the point was to let people know that he was shot.
Jien naħseb teorija tiegħi hija li waqa' qabel ma rnexxielu joħodha. Jien ngħidlek.
Possibbli għax imbagħad bdew jibżgħu
mistrieb. Għalhekk ishom.
Kont issa
Allura x'ma ġibniex. Ejja neħdu teorija tiegħi.
There were other goods, but I suspect they wanted maybe is the guild.
I don't think I would know of any rivals to this family, right?
To the guild?
Like blatant rivals of the Daira.
Blatant, not particularly. All guilds are rivals of each other at the end of the day, though.
Would it be good to tell our friend about it? As in, dak li jgħattina kollox. Għalli jisna. Ma marriċ nejt ismu għalli jisna. Fimt? Għalli jekkaw xaħat li jgħat jisma jew hekk għall-inqas.
Biex nara kux dan jew liħor, sorry.
Forsi taħsdu tal-li inti taf naqa' iżjed u nkunu nistgħu jisna ninduraw jekk mhux qed jgħid xi affarijiet għax naħseb hemmhekk ħammorru.
Listen, guys, I'd like to point out that merchants usually not only traffic material goods, but they can also traffic information.
Għal-madof, mela ta' jaff jitkellem.
Well, yeah, this is more of a generic thing, I guess. I don't know if it's
He's
metagaming.
to himself again. I don't know what the fuck he's fucking saying.
Ġiet tkun għalejja.
Would it be metagaming if I say that?
I mean, you can say it, it's just that none of you can understand what
Yeah,
you
no
what
one
you're saying.
understands.
So
I-
I'm just going to ignore.
I'm sorry that you can't contribute too much to the discussions.
Definitely.
But you
Mela,
raise a good point.
Erbow's giving us lessons, right?
Waqtaw kollu sem, nista' nagħmel minn dak bħal ta' tfal li qodu jafsu l-buttun u jtejgħu ej.
You've been giving lessons every night.
Unilu just tabletek daqsirx.
Your lessons so far has amounted to a -4 to their. But that is a fair
Yeah,
point.
it's going
because
great.
Merchants do sell everything that
Sure.
can be sold at the end of the day, and that means
Mhux
everything,
kollox.
including people. Aksamam.
Hija le, mhux
Although
Check.
slavery, this
It's a weird thing to bring up in this context, Sam. Is it?
slavery is this deep in country, Jalal. You would know it is fairly infrequent. It either happens by the borders usually. It's where it happens the most.
So as a merchant, let's say my general knowledge without being metagamey, I mean, I would know that they would possibly sell anything other than goods. But the Daira in particular are known for mountain water and foodstuffs, but
Correct.
it is possible that they knew something. Okay.
Correct.
I'll just...
Jista' jkun li kellhom xi pakkett u qalu isma' daw ħanaqalgħu balla flus minnu. Kienet tkun easy u fl-istess ħin milli jidher ma kienx. Għax dak jista' jkun.
L-unika mod kif inkunu nafu għax bħalissa dubji biss għandna hija billi most probably nirritornaw din il-munita.
Żgur.
Nirritornaw provi li ovvjament ma konniex aħna li qed importanti. U jien naħseb li konna naqqa informazzjoni tajba. U nixtieq ngħidilkom ukoll li biex nipprova forsi nġib informazzjoni barra minn Karkar il-Bal invitani out biex ikollna mira oħra, konversazzjoni oħra minn wara l-kwinti ma qal biex immur waħdi. Biex ngħidik il-verità wara li qed tgħidu li issa m'iniex qed naftaħ 100%, ġifieri nixtieq li.
Le anka jien qed ngħidlek naħseb aħjar il-Cancun ngħidlu ħalli jimxu naqgħu warajk.
Ħalli fidi bro. Tajjeb jiena biex nara l-nis bil-bot.
U naqleb il-lingwa l-Cancun u ngħidu isma' can you when Jalal moves, can you go into the shadows with him and try to see if anything shady will go up?
Oh, yes. I'd very much like to do this. I am quite good at it, I find, as of late. Yes.
I'm gonna steal your job, okay?
Madonna, telaq li weċi. But yeah, I would appreciate that because some shady stuff is going on and something smells.
As the conversation continues, you do realize that you are the only patrons in the floaty tonight. The food in your bowls finishes. You finish your food in the bowls. You finish your drinks. It comes to a total of 2 racket for the lot of you. Let me know who I will be deducting that from.
I will I will give the racket, it's fine.
اللي يista jkun skemm, għalli jista' jkun il-flixkun. Il-flixkun li xrobna minnu għadu hemm, nista' nieħdu miegħi jkun vojt.
These are pewter cups. But you do have a glass vial. It's just filled at the moment.
Okay. With what?
With fish eggs.
Oh. Dawk tajbin, għall-għadam jgħidu.
Ok, li għedin kienu fil-chemical pouch, dawk?
Fil-herbalist pouch, correct.
Yeah, no, he's not taking them to fill those are kept there. They're alchemical ingredients.
Nista' nara waqt li nkunu mexjin nara jekk ma nsibx xi ħaġa jekk forsi flixkun normali ta' ma rridx li jkun xi wow.
Probably out can sell you one if you like. And towards the end of the night, indeed, another figure approaches out from outside. This wizened, slender figure. Tell me. Oh, okay, that's the other question. Who takes a quick look at you from under her large leather hat, goes, says, "Min minkom għandu bżonn lajnuna."
Nippunta mal-ewwel.
I'll go with her, I'll stand up.
Ma naħsibx li di naħseb li tabiba.
Naħseb għalija.
Naħseb tabiba.
Tabiba.
Naħseb li tabiba. Le, jien għallu li ġejja tabiba jew eżin għaxin nibqala hekk.
All I knew was the carpenter was coming. I didn't even know.
Nejten nis xħat għandu bżon
Għares li lev emmek ħazzira ħajja għamal forsi.
Emmek Stephen Hawking style.
Għablu jippunta lejn l-ostja.
To be fair, I'd like to point out, she didn't specify what kind of help she's here to offer, and Lev did specifically say he was going to look for a brothel.
Yeah.
True. And it's not only me, I think there is also...
There's you and Mona.
Sorry,
So,
Mona.
Both of my charges.
So
I'll keep an eye on them.
So she pulls out a small sack, which is still dry from her quarterstaff, and pulls you and Mona aside, Lev, as she basically takes off your upper clothes and inspects the wounds. Jalal, you keep and Berlian, you keep a kind of an eye on her. She tuts a lot from her initial observation. Let's say it doesn't look too great, but then starts cleaning your wounds once more, bandages you up proper. And now, Lev, she cannot heal you again. You can only benefit from one heal per day. However, she does manage to reduce the amount of days you're going to take to get back into shape by one. And that means she removes your torn arm muscle, fortunately enough, as well, by applying a sort of earthen smelling unguent, kind of muddy, over your biceps, your upper arms, and your chest, and your back, which starts to burn faintly after it's left for a bit, until eventually she takes out this small stone scraper and starts to scrape it off both you and Mona. She didn't roll too well, but at least she gets to heal you up a little bit.
Do I still have 3 critical wounds, by the way?
Those will last until you remove the conditions.
Those will last a lifetime.
By conditions, you mean like the major torn body muscle?
Yes, correct.
Okay.
Correct. 4 days, so the bruised ribs are sitting here for another 3 days.
You can't resolve those, no? I don't think you can resolve.
Not with. I mean, there are spells that can, but not with the current help that you have. And then she goes over to Aud, who hands her a small pouch, and bids her farewell, and says to the lot of you, says, "الزوج كمان تاعكم Leslie. Let's do الكويت. إياها نبدأ نعلم." And indeed, by this point, the veteran has left the table and gone upstairs. The other, the hunter, you haven't seen leaving.
Is he still there though, or do we not see him anymore?
The veteran
No,
has
he
gone
took her
upstairs.
into the back. The hunter, he took her
The
into the
hunter
back.
took her into the back. The veteran went upstairs.
There's something so fishy about this fucking
Oh,
flood, guys.
għax ma Sam, għatalja sekonda li bandiġat l-wounds tal-qeti?
She's going to leave, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
Aud has paid her for her services, and she's going.
I will, before she leaves, motion towards the inguent and the materials, and motion towards and hold out a few crackhead. And
for the
sort of point.
the moth and the eggs.
No, to see if I can procure more in the future. If she has anything to sell, yeah.
She looks first of all, she looks at you with a certain degree of scowl, in a way. Well, then says to you, speċjali għax għamil speċjalment għalihom it-tnejn. Il-kamra tiegħi qiegħda nofsija iktar l-isfel ma' fuq naħa l-oħra. Iġu għada jew pitada nkun nista' nofrilkom. She listens to you because obviously she doesn't know you don't speak. Aksamwa, Jalal can translate for you. Or
just when she says the location, is it the same-ish location of the one that has the dog?
No, that's much further away. That's
Much
uphill.
further.
Naħseb muġġar ħajja translation.
Okay, yeah.
Jena ħalli fidejkom jien nitlaq lem, jien mux il-lura jgħat.
That's fair about her needs the translation.
U jien ma nejdlu xej, letterment nitlaq lem.
Nah, see this guy. First he starts getting careless in front of your eyes. Okay.
No, I would intervene if anything. I would go and nibda nkellem ma ngħidilhax.
Listen, man, I am right now. Berlian is half a step removed from a religious crusade right here, right now, killing everyone in the village, man. Just keep pushing, and see what happens.
Nedra, grazzi ħafna tal-informazzjoni, sfortunatament ma jifmikx għax miux minn hawnhekk, imma ħanajdlu fej jista' jsibek ħalli jkun jista' janka jixxi minn għandek. Jekk dejjem tkun tista' tbieħ.
Jekk għandkom xi affarijiet intkom nista' nixtrihom.
Grazzi ħafna.
And she starts to leave, making her way out into the rain.
It's her chance, snap her neck.
Which hasn't stopped, by any means. A lot of you go up to the rooms. Is there any particular split that you're going for here? You've got 2 rooms and 4 beds.
I shall keep an eye on the divine corpse and Moni.
Ija ta' jemmejjet jena,
All of
ġiviri.
you are, to be fair.
Yeah. But Jalal and Cancun are heading to talk with the dude, right? So I'll be honest, I don't trust it. Fuck all that's what's happening about those floaties. So I'm also gonna go sneak into the bushes with Cancun to keep an eye on Jalal.
I think we'll be behind the float, like in a room, I think, right? Okay.
So I'll go out under the pretense of taking a piss, but I won't come back in.
Yeah, okay. You're taking a piss.
In the hard rain, mind you. But yeah.
Yeah,
We can go.
take a piss out.
The rooms would be overlooking where they're going to meet.
They're right next to each other. They're adjacent. And you notice there are 4 rooms in total. There's probably the owner's room right across, and there are 3 rooms.
Veteran and
But-
then the 2 of us.
Is it maybe the rooms have windows overlooking the meeting point of Jalal and
No,
the out?
there aren't doors
No.
pointing to the windows pointing to the back.
Is there stairs leading to the roof?
To the roof? No,
Yes.
there's no attic. You'd make me a check to see a possible vantage point.
check for a possible vantage point. I can maybe use outdoor survival here.
Could work, potentially.
Not sure.
It's hard terrain outside, so it's gonna be a challenging check. The acute sense would give you a +10 to the roll.
Yeah, and not sure what else can help me. I also, just in case, I still have night vision, so I will try to find the vantage point that is within that range, so to speak.
Doable.
I'll prefer if there aren't any, fuck it, but I would prefer if
Make
it's
the roll.
like that.
We'll see what we find.
So yes, outdoor survival. So you said it's challenging.
And you have a +10 modifier.
Try
for
to have
good.
+10.
That is
Nice.
super good. So, vantage points you don't find up above to the roof, and the one to wherever he's saying. However, you go outside into the rain, and as you're walking, you do see that the river side offers a good clear shot of the candle, which you slowly start to see lights up. The same candle that Out was saying to look out for. And it actually points, and the clear view is actually right underneath the bridge of Tamawit, at the far edge, on the other edge.
Okay, and
Atop the float, you wouldn't make as much sense because the meeting point is right underneath on the backyard, so you still need to lean over to be able to see. And there are Bidwari here don't build vertically too often, so there aren't any other rooftops you can reach.
Right. So in that case, I'll just find a spot, and since Amaran is coming with me, I'll sort of but it's already lighting up, right? So Out is probably still already there, right?
Either that or he's preparing.
So
we need to go about it stealthily as well.
Yeah, we
in that
probably would
case.
have left a bit earlier than shutting.
Yeah.
Right. That would.
All right. So I'll look towards Amaran and with a very nice smile, I'll tell him,
Come with me. I know a place where we can watch over safely.
Is he threatening me? Of all the people here, though, I think Amaran has like spent the most time aside from Berlian with Cancun. So I feel like at this point, if I'm gonna trust anyone, it's gonna be him. So I'll go with him. I've also just given him all my arrows, so there will be fuck all I can do anyway.
Mela naħseb jien Karl u Lev ħanitilgħu fuq.
And Mona.
And Mona. Mela mbagħad ma li jiġi Karl kemm waqfu ftit ħalli nkellmu wkoll u mbagħad mela Sam.
Okay. So you Berlian, Mona, and Lev go upstairs to one of the rooms. Probably share the two beds and put bedrolls in between them. It's a bit stuffy, it's a bit claustrophobic, but you can make it work. The others, Lev, Cancun, Amaran, you head outside while you, Amaran, while you, Jalal, prepare to meet Out.
Lev is coming along.
No, Lev is upstairs. Sorry.
No, not with you.
Cancun and Amaran, you cross the bridge and head downwards, down the underneath, climb downwards almost by the river itself, which is swelling with the rainfall.
I would like along the way. I would be like always motioning. Well, not always, but I start motioning Amaran to keep low and that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
we need to keep very quiet,
As you get
just in
getting,
case someone is waiting to ambush as well. So
okay. And as you climb downwards this wide bridge, you do note that on the bank underneath it is a bedroll, and a small sling bag with a quarter staff.
the doctors.
Unlikely, it doesn't look familiar to you. Unless you take shelter from the rain, you can take it all in, still dripping water. Both of you.
So is someone staying in that bedroll or no?
It does look lived in.
Shit on it.
I go stab whoever's.
It doesn't look occupied at the moment, but it looks
No,
lived in.
I mean,
That's why I told you to shit in
is
it.
there another place we could move? In that case, I don't want to, because if someone is living here just outside,
It does seem that this place is the only place that gives a good clear vantage, like a good clear view. As you look across and you can see out lighting up a torch, putting it by the side underneath a shed, and waiting. In the
can we
shelter.
potentially hide from view?
Out?
Even from anyone coming down possibly to the bedroll. Are there any bushes somewhere we can take cover from?
Underneath
Or is
the
it
bridge
nothing at
now.
all?
Underneath the bridge now. Although you can stay inside the water itself and hold on. That could give you a bit more cover.
Depends on the current though.
The current isn't heavy, although with the rain obviously it gets a bit harder. It's a lazy river. It just got picked up a bit of speed because it's swelling.
Okay, no, actually, I'll stay where I am, because if we need to move and we're in the river, we're gonna make much more noise.
Okay. Are you still going for stealth checks?
Yeah, I would try to be as stealthy as possible all the time here.
Okay. Amaran, Cancun, why don't you go ahead and roll me contested stealth checks, please?
It's not to go well.
Contested?
Not between the two of you, but contested all the same.
What the shit is
Okay.
Where the fuck is he?
He's right beside you.
He was right here 2 seconds
So,
great start.
with regards to
You're a
stealth test,
merchant,
do I
not a
still have that
stealth.
plus?
Huh? Do you still have a?
Do I? Because I have better stealth tests in rural environments, right? Or no?
In rural environments, it means that people who are not actively searching for you won't see you. I believe.
Alright,
You also have. You might take the bonus as well because that also applies. I believe. You still have it.
Yes.
Okay.
Come on.
Any fortune points, Salmon?
Don't have any.
Okay.
I used all of them trying to save Lev.
Saving. He's alive.
Well,
I'll try to re-roll mine in this case.
Oh my god, he's doing it. Go for it.
Fuck it.
better. That's a 1.
Bruh.
Great, that covers me, right? That's fine.
The best you could hope for. Okay.
Disappear.
Noted. Your liquid shadow. You lie down, covering yourself with the bedroll.
The fuck is Kanku?
Just almost disappear. Obviously, Amaran's right beside you, so
Yeah.
you do realize that Amaran is sticking out like a sore
Just
thumb.
for clarification, how easy would it be to run to where Jalal is gonna be from here? Like, how quickly could I get?
You need to cross the river.
Oh fuck, that's problematic.
But for Cancun, it's a clear shot on either.
Yeah,
Jalal
for
and
Cancun,
Al.
it's a clear shot. but I can't shoot.
That's because you gave your arrows a bow.
Yes. I thought there would be like, I could go in and stab.
No, not in this case.
Can I stay on the other side of the bridge then?
Sure, but you won't have clear sight.
Okay. I'll tell Cancun. Make a noise if things go bad.
When I hear him say that, I'll be like,
You have no idea what he said.
If I see, I shoot.
Make.
Fine. Okay.
Where will you go, Hammer?
I will do.
I'll do
I will
I'll
do
motion
like
to a whistle or something. Or
Okay.
that. Okay, sure. In that case, I'm gonna slip back around to the other side of the bridge and just hide in an alleyway, like somewhere that I can get back to the floaty easily if I need to, where Jalal is meeting.
Okay,
Just not within line of sight.
okay, doable. As you do that, Jalal, you go outside and go to the back. In a wide open shed, you see a torch being lit, and the silhouette of Aud in torchlight.
Just out.
Just Aud. You see no one else. You do see a door to the back, and indeed you will see him exit out from the same place you exited from. So it's very likely there is a back exit. As you approach, he says, Lejla tajjeb, skużani kelli nħorġok fix-xita.
Mhix problema drajt bda indur f'dat tip ta' f'kull tip ta' temp ser rasek.
Alright,
Il-negozju irid tkompli.
ekku. Ħadd ma rak toħroġ sewa.
Sa fejna fjen le.
Tajjeb. He takes a look out. There's Cancun and Damaran looking at you right now. You don't
I'm
think he
not
has
looking.
realized.
Waiting.
Goes, Mela, għamiltu xogħol tajb illum u lessintikom aktar xogħol jekk tridu. Kuriżità, kemm għandek nies li jistgħu jiġġieldu fil-grupp tiegħek?
Bażikament kważi kollha.
Inti klus?
Għandi ftit kont ma' sekrem qabel jiena, ġifieri għandi idea ta' ġlied imma ma nikkonsidrax lil nnifsi bħala ġellied.
Kolla kemm oħra konna ma' sekram.
Ekku.
Nieħu gost li lissa ngħid li m'għandniex. Ma nafx jekk ma smajtx l-ħabar. Imma tal-għodu Baxar waqa'. Ħaduh. Kienu ġlied u rexilhom jaħtlu minn ximkien. M'għandix idea minn fejn. Ma mill-li nista' nifhem mill-lajlejn u l-widlejn li għandi ma daħlux mill-bib ta' quddiem. Daħlu mill-port b'xi mod. Li jfisser li n-nies li ħadduh ħajjaraw biex ikunu jistgħu jpoġġu l-influwenza tagħhom fuq il-pija tal-provinċja issa. Pija tal-art, pija tal-villaġġi. Ifisser aħna, ifisser Baxarejn, ifisser il-villaġġi ta' ħdejna wkoll. Unkun onest, dak ifisser problemi għalina. Forsi ma nafx minn fejn int, imma kull meta n-nies sar jiġu biex jħarbtu, jiġu biex jieħdu l-ikel tagħna, jiġu biex jieħdu n-nies tagħna u jitilgħu. Fottulna l-merkanzija, joħolqu balla panik. Probli jieħdu n-nies, għax probli mitu n-nies waqt l-assedju. U jħalluna b'xejn biex niġġieldu kontra il-banditi li inti għadek kif rajt qegħdin hemm barra. U ovvjament ħannu għanix għanoqdu l-ampassan bħala ma nagħmlu xejn fuqha. Nafu biċ-ċert li ħajbatu n-nies. Allura l-qed niġbru n-nies għana biex nwaqfuhom qabel ma jiġu. U lest għandi li kuntratt għal kull lit ta' ġlied li toffri għal battalja li ġejja. Dik 10 ħeket bħala kuntratt.
Kuntratt ta' kemm żmien?
Ġlieda waħda.
Ġlieda waħda.
Ġlieda waħda kull ma għandna bżonn ġlieda waħda tajba.
U kemm taħseb li
Qed jekk ikun hemm iktar xogħol.
jibgħatu?
Huma? Ma nafx kemm kienet kbira l-armata, m'għandix in-numri eżatt. Jafu jibgħatu battaljun, forsi 30-40 persuna fuq saqajhom. Jafu jibgħatu l-kavallerija tagħhom li naħseb qiegħda bej 25 soldat f'dak il-każ.
Min-naħa tagħkom?
Minnaħa tagħna għandna
Barra.
iktar. Għandna nies. M'għandniex nies daqs kemm għandhom huma. Ħlief jekk jibgħatu l-kavallerija. Imma nafu l-art u nattakkawhom hekk kif huma jaqsmu triq. Nattakkawhom f'mument vulnerabbli qabel ma jiġu hawnhekk. Nattakkawhom mill-biċċa foresta li għandna. U nimxu minn. Allura għandna vantaġġ tal-art. Minn allura il-mexxej li ħajkun qed jieħu ħsieb mhuwiex ċuċ u m'għandux qed titjalli ħajjiet. Jekk jara li l-ġlieda ma tistax tintrabaħ, mhuwiex ħajdilkom biex tattakkaw.
Qabel ma nkun nista' nieħu deċiżjoni man-nies tiegħi għax din mhijiex xi ħaġa din sa tkun ħajja jew mewt.
Din hija ħajja.
Kif taf? Nixtieq li
Għalhekk qed nagħtikom 10 ħraket ir-ras. Mhijiex somma żgħira.
naf ma flus sfortunatament bħalissa ma jomx biżżejjed għandi bżonn informazzjoni. X'inhu jiġri u x'inhu il-mira tiegħek ħalli jiena nkun nista' nifhem għal xi qed tiġġieldu hawnhekk.
Qed ngħidlek x'inhu l-mira tiegħi, ma rridhomx jiġu hawnhekk jaħdulna kollox jitilqu lem. Dik hija l-mira tiegħi. Dik hija l-informazzjoni li stantik ħabib. Jekk tippreferi minflok il-ħreket li stantik lil sekrep. Dak jiswa ħafna iktar minn ngħidu għandek 6 tirjus, 60 ħreket jiswa ħafna iktar minn 60 ħreket.
Il-karkar, il-xesmu l-bal.
Karkar, ekku, sorry.
Karkar.
Il-ħmar.
Il-mar.
And that's a good investment though, because if like 4 of us die, we're only getting 20 haircuts.
No, you
Yeah, it's like that.
you get a record based on the number of people you put into the fight, not the number of people that get out of the fight.
Okay, so we need to ensure 4 of us die so that we get good
You get
value
a
for our
bonus,
money.
yes, correct. Yeah, push out left first.
تبدأ جيم من نار
We're gonna
يم
roll
بالنار
out Clem in a
ورايكم.
wheelchair. Roll out Clem in a wheelchair again.
That's what the card is for.
So he said 10 racket each, right? For
10
each
10
combatant, correct?
10 ركعة على كل جليت صورة
Okay.
جفري left probably ما يودوش ومونة ما نعرفش كم يودوا.
I can shoot her.
Mona
Okay.
Yodu probably, as Mona just needs to heal up. But Lev is not in a
Lev's
fighting
fucked.
state.
Yeah, we're not exactly in tip-top condition, I think, guys.
Yeah. وش تحسب له هيجري؟
I'm okay.
أنكا ياك نربحوا غادي مش يرجعوا يبطوا أكتر؟
من البشر ما نعرفش كم يساوي يبعتوا اكتر دقسك ملاير يبعتوا اكتر eventualment ما يك لساو ينوقفوا ما لسا تكون حاجة طيبة. اللان هو مش لي ما يجوش اما اللي يدوموا كم يساو بيش يجوا. من برا هناك hemm ħafna iktar villaġġi blieti li għandhom il-problemi tagħhom. L-attenzjoni mhijiex kompletament fuq hawn. Ifisser li ħajjeħdu l-ħin biex jiġu għala. Issa dak il-ħin issa nkunu iktar saħħitna. Ħadna kif ħlisna minn xi problemi interni iktar u iktar. Allura qegħdin kollha flimkien fuq l-istess level.
L-bal
Fucker,
nieħdu
ġab.
kiku. Imma biex nikkonvinċi l-oħrajn nixtieq li kiku nkunu 100% ma xulxin.
Fuq l-istess level ġifieri.
L-istess livell hija.
Go ahead and make me a check here, I would say.
I will do a charm. Yes.
Okay. Just gonna go for cool, I think. You beat 71. Holy fuck.
Oh my god.
Unbelievable.
Fortunately.
Yep. I will use a fortune actually.
Okay, go for it. Will you go for a reroll or for a plus
Actually,
one?
I will just do a +1 because that will beat it.
Okay,
Right.
that's a good roll. I'm looking at.
By 1. Keep it safe.
Okay. Nifhem lissa mercenari intom. U lissa fġert li mill-qaslejm minn nisek il-ġolf specialment jidru akkaniti għal-ġlieda. Ma sibx li għajdu l-ek li għalija. Li lissa najlek ġilal. Dan it-tip ta' xogħol trid tikkommetti ħariri iktar ruħek u mbagħad titkellem ma' ta' fuqi u jtuk iktar meta tkun parti mill-mithla niftħu qabla miegħek tinkwetax ma nafux bislejjed.
Can I take a look around the room to see if there are
Outside,
any?
you said, yeah. I said, what are you looking for, if I may ask?
Or even around the room just to see if there are
You
any,
cut out for a second.
trade.
Oh.
Hello.
Can you
Okay.
go through that
No, that's
again,
fine.
please?
It's because of tricky. Just want to make a roll, maybe perception, intuition, anything, just to see if there is anything that will pop out to me related to the trader Anything like money, I don't know, arrows from that person that I saw her going in, so
Okay, go for it.
anything
Make a roll for it. It's average.
concealed box. I will do a I guess perception.
Sam, in the meantime,
Yeah.
Amar and Cancun, are they able to hear the conversation or are they too?
No, too far away.
It wasn't the intention. I can't speak Bedwari, so I don't get.
That's the way that we
كم يراو اللي هو الرايت ذيك
Yeah, we're
الامبورتانت
making sure
Yeah,
he
yeah,
doesn't
yeah,
get shanked in an alleyway. Is the
الصراحة
main
باك
thing.
the LSS and the regards.
In the shed, you don't see much, Jalal. You do, however, spot a jar of this greenish glass filled with what looks like molasses. And you recognize those molasses. Those are copper root tree molasses, which are common in Bidwar, in certain regions more than others. And you had found quite a few down by the lake and close to the, not the ravine per se, but on your way to it. Close to the direction where Egar would be herding his flock, so to speak. The jar is full to the brim with these molasses, which you know are a herb ingredient. They're an ingredient for chemical purposes as well. Apart from that, you cannot tell much. You know, you get a feeling you're being watched, but that's about it.
From
Hopefully
afar.
by your own guys. You obviously Cancun, you can see both Out and Jalal having a conversation.
ما منيش حنتكلم على أصحابي إما هنكلمهم فوق ونكلمك طبعا نكلمك سعادة في القص صعب سأل الزوج اللي أخرى متى تحسب لي
ويس انتيك سعادة في الوضو
هذا في الوضوء
عش تريد نبريبارهو لي هسه
هذا في الوضوء مش بروبليما إما كيف تعرف انتي دين حنتجلدو كونترا سولداتي احنا
ايه
تعرفت
رايتهم للي شك نحسب سولداتي وكل شوت منهم
Motherfucker is gonna throw us into the meat grinder.
That's how it works.
هنكلمهم نبات نتكلم مش
بروبليم نبات نتكلم ما كيف لك لس الحلس والسايبين اليوم سادة في الوضو تي رسوسها ين سادة تانت هنلحقون لسي الكونترات الليلة خليهم بعد كام نفرموه ينويد ويكون لس سوا يو عشر هيك على الراس يو على السكرم أنا من يو واحدة يو الألترا تدجيدي ما اللي تلسلو الكونترات فتحسن
اللي تنتيهم شو حاجة ليلة ما هو
فهم حمار يوفر لكل هاد ما فديك دقيقة l'offerta offerta piuttosto tajba anke jekk tiddeċidi l-beħ l-sekre miktar tard għandek ħafna ħreket tiegħu
issa nitkellmu fil-każ
dak mill-inqas 42 rekum mhux ftit
times 4
yes times 4 so
okay,
12 times 4 that would be
alright لا
40
اوكي ملا alright نتكلموا هذا في الكاس
168 racket
168
to have an idea of how much the mule costs.
منيش حنفري دي النegozju minħabba li ma minniex.
Għalissa le, xin nifirmaw inti kidi biħġari. Tajjeb.
Ma nixtieqlek lejl ta' mistrieħ u nirringrazzjak tal-li żammejtna f'dan
Lilek ukoll. U grazzi
diffiċli.
tax-xogħol.
Sam, jista' waqt li da tisir nkellem il-takar?
Yes, of course.
Waqt li so
I'm going there.
I would go up to Berlian and I would tell him, so would it be possible to get me more of the fruit that we took last time from the trees?
Hold on.
So
I'm sharpening my axe at the moment.
if you go there and try to, carve
Oh,
something
we're
else,
going there, buddy.
just
Yeah, you'll find that I'm gonna be camping there for a while. Don't worry about it.
get me some more if you can, obviously.
Hold on.
Right.
Still sharpening my axe. Hold on.
Thank you very much.
He's getting ready to
And
chop up Levi.
I would. So once I get that out, I am very tired. Plus, from what I have experienced, so I'm gonna sleep like a log. So I'm gonna go.
Before you shutter the door.
Yeah, of course. I'll
Lev and Mona sleep like more than a log,
Motherfucker.
like a log thrown down a river.
reqdin fuq is-soddawma.
Yes, probably.
Take-
That would be
yeah,
better.
So
but
I'll
technically
go on the other
two
one.
cripples.
On the bed.
Yeah.
You
I'll
can
go.
stay in the bedroll because there are
Għax
two
aħna għandna
beds.
tnejn.
You
Għandna
have two
tnejn,
rooms and four
jew.
beds.
Then I'll go to the other room
Okay.
and I'll
Sit
sleep
on
in the bed.
I will sleep on the floor, keeping an eye on Monet and Lev.
In the meantime, as the meeting adjourns, and you see Jalal and Aud, the light from the torch disappears, and then you no longer see either one in the rainfall. Amaran.
I'll wait
Ah,
a few minutes for Cancun to catch up with, basically, because I'm on the close side of the bridge.
However, Cancun, you hear activity going on behind you. You're still sitting still. You're still focusing on the front of you. And you see to your right this this crooked elderly woman, frazzled hair, wild hair, with suntan skin. But even in the darkness, her eyes light up because they're the color of jade.
Okay.
And from what you can tell, she's the person who lives here. He's the actual one who lives here. As she starts rummaging through her sack, and then puts a couple of cots next to each other. Takes out some fruit, starts to eat. Sitting on the side, starts a small fire to keep herself warm for the night. Eventually settles into the cots. You, of course, you're still sitting still. You are liquid night. She has not seen you, and you're a few paces away.
And a chance. Slither it up.
Is there anything you'd like to do? Or is it just like to sneakily leave?
Did she take out any? Did she take out any, like, noticeable things, or is she visibly just a bum?
She looks like a beggar. She looks like she has very little to her name apart from the cots she's sleeping in.
I'll take note of that. Because she's under the bridge, right?
She is.
So she probably saw a lot of comings and goings.
And potentially out from across.
Yeah. I'll take note of that, but I won't do anything.
Okay.
I sympathize actually with her a lot more. And I'll leave her to her peaceful evening.
Okay.
Let's say. And I'll start moving as I see out and Jilal
Disappear into the night.
break away from conversation. I start making my way back towards the floaty. Is Amaran looking my way?
I'm waiting on the other side of the bridge, so I don't know. Like, I don't think I was necessarily watching your spot. I'm just waiting for you to catch up with me.
Then in that case, I'll go towards Amaran and see if we're gonna head back or not to the floaty at least.
I have my hood.
No one around us though, right? Apart from this beggar.
Not that you can see.
Okay.
Go see what that was about.
I'll sort of gesture like after you.
I'll go first.
And
First to the.
Two of you go back inside the floaty and soon meet up with Jalal up in the room.
I'll wake her back to translate. Get the fuck up!
Okay.
I will just start تخنى
Fully nude. هناك.
برشا حاجة important نايدر شي حاجة important ħafna بشار هادوخ الناس تاع أسس probably مادوش في البوتر هناك وقت جايد لي اوت لي ويسبرو بلا هيبطوا شي ناس سولداتي على هناك بيش يدلهم لك الشرط إسا أنا ما نعرفش وش غير هادي. Do I know that the Kingsmen actually would the Kingsmen actually do that? Would they raid?
Raid? No. Would they claim tithe and people? Yes. After all, that's how Sekram works. It's conscription. At the end of the day.
Yeah, Amaran I think immediately buys that. Like that's a regular thing that happens.
But it won't be raid. It just will be in normal tithe. It's just how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's a feudal system after all,
right? It is a feudal system, yes. At the end of the day, there's a bit more leeway in how it. I mean, to be fair, feudal systems were pretty fragmented for themselves.
Yeah.
At the end of the day,
It's
all
not
that
fully
matters is
developed
that
one.
you pay the king, you pay the tithe in bodies or food or something of the like. Especially in times.
It's Bronze Age feudalism at this point.
Yeah.
Doing.
All right. That seems pretty normal.
إسا عندنا زوج ديسيزيونيات قدامنا كبار ياو نعملو كونترات مع عود نتجلدو كونتر السولداتي اللي هي ليا هي سويتشيديو بيرسونالمنت اما هي بوسيبلي اش ديجا عندهم شي ناس اللي لستي يتجلدو هواك اما اعمل الروتا الاخرى أنا ديجا الكاميرا سوا
Yeah, I've closed the door and made sure no one's outside.
You are by yourself.
الروتا الأخرى تا إيجر اللي كنا قد نمروا عليها في البدو داك هو راجل تري وياك كنا
going to say
his trust. Yeah, good. Yeah.
If these people are willing to fight the king, these people are willing to fight the king's soldiers. Who is to say that they did not burn down?
ما تكلمش مومنت منهم.
Who is to say they didn't burn down Egor's ranch?
Echo. دو الناس اللي هايجيب ياو ديجا قدناو لست اللي يعملوا من كلش باش يدفندوا روحهم ويدفندوا الكلمة تاعهم. إسا
If Bashar is fallen, this whole region is under monarch command. Even if they defeat them here, it doesn't buy them much more than time. To me, it seems better for us to be on the king's side now that he's winning.
Sani Sam, li jista' jkun il-kart li waqgħet hemmhekk mill-imnaħa kienet sejra mit-town fejn din aħna għat-town liħor.
So, if you had to judge by the road, because don't forget that he had to take a detour
Yeah,
because there was the
then
Almala
Barbar
tree, right?
Uh-huh.
Trees in the way.
Uh-huh.
He would have been coming from the direction of Messer,
Alright, ma الناحية الأخرى.
from the north,
From the
not
north,
from the
alright.
south.
Not
Alright.
from Bashar.
Not from
Not from
Bashar.
Bashar.
Although keep in
Alright.
mind that Bashar is far, far northwards, so it could be that he did not come from Messer itself, but from somewhere along the way. But from north to south.
Forsi ġara xi ħaġa jew qallu da li kelmu u words got, you know, mixed back and forth. But it's all good. No, I would agree with you. So it's the king, right? It's better for us.
I do not trust out. He is hiding things from us.
Milli qed tgħidli
Um,
tagħmel iktar sens.
And he has no reason to keep us alive. If he throws us into battle with Bidwari soldiers, we will kill several of them. Brittany, of course. But equipment and numbers will count more than men here. He will throw us into a meat grinder if he...
Jien naturalment qabel ma nibdew il-konversazzjoni naħseb għalli għadhom qajjem ta' Karl immur lejn ħalli jiġi ħdejna ta' ħalli jismaw fall. So
I'll be
Granny
there.
Vex.
Sharpening my axe. War is coming. The war isn't ready.
But yeah, no, I don't think I want to poke.
Do I notice something's up with Berlin? He seems...
He is on
Yeah,
edge. He
more-
is clearly on edge.
Something
Are you
happened
okay?
at the orchard.
I'll nod.
You seem
Slowly.
angry.
I'll nod as I continue sharpening my axe.
You find something at the orchard.
I'll shake my head. Did you say fight or find? Sorry.
Did
Oh,
you
no,
find
fine,
something,
fine.
sir?
Hey, all right. Yeah, I'll nod.
Something to do with this? And I'll sort of gesture to the whole problem that we've been discussing.
I'm unsure. I shrug as I clench the symbol of Vombek I have tightly. Y'all are fighting your war. I'm fighting my own war.
I think they're about to overlap quite
Yeah,
significantly, though. I
I think
suspect
it's
the king
something-
isn't gonna be happy when he finds out what's being planned here.
I think it's something, I think it's something more religious than this in his state. I think.
Yeah.
Right?
Do we need to kill anyone?
No, not yet. We'll see, but I'll shake my head.
Okay. I for one say
Um,
we tell Edgar everything. We report this to the king, we take whatever reward comes with it and keep going south.
Then I'll pipe up and say,
Or maybe we can take even more advantage of this. We accept the contract, get the frigate, and then we stab them in the back.
I'll
Would be
stand up,
lovely.
Terrible.
circle the room, Sam, and start tapping on all the walls to see if any of them are hollow.
Okay. None of them seems hollow, and they seem a bit thick. Then again, there's the door. They could be listening.
Yeah, the
here at
door is a different. Yeah. But I want to make sure that no one's listening in through any.
Not from the walls.
From the door is a different thing, though. All right. I'll stand by the door for now, just quietly listening.
outside
In-
or
No.
inside?
Inside, I'm not going outside. I'm standing by the door. At this point, I'm not paying attention to your conversation anymore. I'm just listening.
for me, from my end, that would be a bad problem. So for me, it's better that we just move along. We leave here. You know, I don't want to. More.
Keep in
Yeah.
mind,
Involved
to
in
be
the
fair.
politics of the...
And yeah,
Yeah.
we'll like that actually, if we support the king, because the
Yeah.
king is the one who
Yeah,
okays
yeah,
your whole
of
thing.
course.
Yeah.
That is true. The king has given you basically a right to pay the tithe
Yeah,
to your
So-
tribe.
U
I would go for the king, doesn't.
You must pay the titty.
kun u nkunu nistgħu nidħlu baxxar issa. Jekk ikonna l-fiduċja mingħand Edgar, nkunu nistgħu nidħlu baxxar u
مظبوط.
inkellmu lil
It's-
Saffir Denna.
We have more
It
to
may
gain,
also
right?
it may also wipe clean the slate we have with the other floating the issues.
So,
Yes, we can.
So we don't take the racket?
I don't think
I
he's
think-
gonna give us the racket.
What if we hear me out? What if we take out as evidence this?
what do you mean? ġifieri?
As in take him to Edgar. Take him prisoner.
And then take his racket?
Yeah.
Pretty sure he does not carry
Nafx
that
kif
amount
nistgħu
of racket
nagħmluha.
with him on person.
Oh, it will be in the floaty though.
It'll be over here, that-
ħreket jiġu bil-mod il-mod. Ma marriċ li nuri l-nifsi bħala
Ecco, ma rridux
Traditur.
nuru band, ecco.
jew.
Allora l-aħjar hija li mmexxu li nitilqu minn hawn.
Ancon is visibly disappointed in all of you. You have shit on his day greatly.
He was having a good day. He was having a good day.
Listen, you say the word, we'll burn down this floor and take all the racket.
Yes!
Sam,
So,
Yep.
I guess
may
I will pull
I
out.
roll a perception check to see if I can if I can hear anyone listening in behind the door?
Yeah, go for it.
Would you like this to be blind or public?
Make it public. It's fine.
All right.
It's contested, so it's
Hey, good luck.
okay.
Fuck.
Good
So
luck.
far, you don't hear any noises.
The
from the
entirety
outside.
of the village is listening in behind the door.
Temmek ħares fuq xulxin. Anka il-pack mule hija tem.
As,
Kalbalet isma.
Anka l-baħlet jizm.
as a lot of you
Emma-
ponder, then, sorry to cut you a bit short here.
Yeah, it is 20 past.
As a lot of you ponder the decisions you have to make ahead, whether you choose a side or the other, whether to choose a side and backstab them, or just go on your way while you still can. We'll keep it there for tonight. A little bit of bookkeeping, real quick, just to make sure that we leave everything done. Let's see.
Finished our first group.
Nexxil namel 2 spells, Sam, so I did
Correct. So
the
you did your
30.
short-term ambition. You have another 50 XP.
What about our
Erba.
group goal?
If we're going off to sleep, I would have wanted to go
We
off on
haven't
my
gone
own
off to
and at
sleep
least
yet.
try
No,
it.
they're
But
not
Just
going to
close
sleep,
for
yeah.
the day because I need to leave. That's
yeah, okay. So I'll do
we'll
it next section
We'll
then.
continue it next session. So you have quite a bit of a good chunk of XP to
Mhm.
use.
I need,
Let-
yeah.
What did we get
Unbat
from
ngħidlek naraw naqa.
Okay.
what did we get from the group goal?
The group gold. The group gold.
Because we finished a contract, right?
You will finish
that
the
the
contract.
first one?
You finish the contract if you take this contract. This is the first official contract you have,
Well,
as I had said.
didn't we have a contract for finding the merchant?
No.
That was
not
Egar
that.
though. We haven't gone to Egar right
No.
yet, so.
You
No,
did-
no, for finding the merchant for
no,
out.
it was an in to get the contract.
Azzo.
No, he was very, I was very,
Yeah, yeah.
very clear on that one.
Get
I'm
more
pretty sure.
fire in them.
Do these
Um,
count as alchemical ingredients for me at
yes,
Sam? Am I?
for you as well. You finished your goal as well.
Great.
You have
Yeah, I'm gonna send you my next short-term goal. I've already earned it out.
God.
I'm gonna find out who desecrated my fucking tree, and then I'm gonna cut their arms off.
U bil-ħaq, Sam, il-corruption. Tgħidli x'ħanamel bil-corruption
You
or
have to
no?
corruption. You'll find out what it does.
Yeah, yeah. Reach 10, and you get a sort of nice surprise.
If you
It's
see
a-
on your,
it's-
on your character sheet, you should see an upper limit. Reach that upper limit, and then we'll see what happens.
To be fair.
Someone nikdem is-siġra.
Eric, think
Go for
about it, man. Imagine if you transform into a chaos spawn. That'd be hard. You'd be unstoppable.
Anyway, my goal, I need to do it twice. I need to mutate twice to go on another class.
One.
Yeah.
You just need
Once,
mutation. You
once.
just need one.
You say?
Just need one mutation. One eyeball on your dick. That's all you need.
So you two let me know. Lev, if you decide to spend your money, your XP, do let me know. So yes, if you do go for out here, because it's fair thing to just make sure everyone's clear. He will offer you a contract. You finish that contract, you finish your goal, your group goal, which will give net you all 100 XP, I believe. So that's 100 XP to each and every one of you. However,
what if we hand them in to
Edgar, he will probably offer you a contract as well, but he will offer you a contract to complete. Both of them, like contracts aren't that they won't just offer you contracts. Both of them have given you stipulations of what you will need to do until there. So for Edgar, it's very simple. Get him proof. Very simple. Get him proof and remove the trees, or remove the trees and then he would give you basically a hit contract on out at that point. Now,
which to be fair, we could finish rather easily if we drag out him as proof. We finish the second contract rather easily.
Yes. So if you give him the proof, he will just fill out the contract, have you sign it, and have it completed straight away. But you will need to bring both out and the proof. So far,
out is the proof.
Out is the proof.
What do you mean?
Talk or die out.
Until he confesses,
Well,
Yeah.
he is the proof. I don't know what you
Yeah,
mean.
exactly.
Torture on its own is not fully admissible in court.
Yeah, but
I'm
also
hoping
the Bronze
the
Age.
is
So
about
the court
Bronze
doesn't- Yeah.
I would say yes, it will work, but not completely on its own. If you have other circumstantial proof, you just state your case, and you are starting to build up blocks of circumstantial proof.
Yeah.
To be fair. But in any case, you have time to think about it, and we'll meet up next session for the next one.
Yes, sir. Have a nice day.
Ciao.
Enjoy
See
your
you next
dojo,
week,
guys.
Bye.
fellas.
See you guys. Bye bye.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. Ciao, bye.